tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it.
I just started there.
Yeah. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beef. How the saying go, it's a two-way street. They be on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses and anywhere that we can. There's some asshole think that he can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue, go and see. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Talk big game till you load it ain't one. Catching nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. G get domino, trying to cook some great stuff.
You can keep ducking, this be the season. But hunting, we down and new and under pressure. Fuck actually pressing your buttons. You keep pretending it's nothing, but we can tell you be button. Drop the end now so the poker, but your face looking all flushed. And we calling out all your bluffs and we telling you what is left. And we saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers and the whole team finna pump it, y'all.
We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? We eating pasta and yo, it tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it good. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. That's perfect. Oh, man. Oh, I love that so much. Oh, the evil Doros are invading. Yes, they are. That's literally like, okay. My plan, like, okay, I like Pizza Tower just because it's like loud. Music is loud, and I like the loud music. I'm gonna be honest with you. Very good music, by the way. If anything, you should get Pizza Tower just for the soundtrack. You don't have to buy the game, just buy the soundtrack. It still supports the guy who made the game. Anyway, hello everybody. How are you all doing today? Hope you guys are all doing good. Oh my goodness. Morin, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. If you got one, make sure to say thank you. Oh, goodness. Enjoy that if you got one. Make sure you say thank you. Oh, I see Malice got one. That's hilarious. I haven't seen Malice on stream in a while. Granted, he just watches my shit in private. Oh, goodness. The art style Pizza Tower looked like it was inspired by Wario. I heard, actually, that the story is that the guy who made Pizza Tower was really just upset that there was no new Wario game. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it myself with blackjack and hookers. And he essentially did, without the hookers. But it feels like there was blackjack in it, though. I don't know, it feels like a trip. It's one of those games that I don't actually play on camera, because, like, my feelings for, like, jumping into it vary. Because Pizza Tower is one of those games that isn't actually like the easiest thing in the world. It's actually kind of difficult if you want to play well. And I suck. So I'm not really interested. I don't really want to show people how bad I suck at Pizza Tower because I'm not that good. You know, I'm willing to admit that. I'm really only good at games that allow me to be slow and build things at my own pace because I'm dumb like that. Thank you for becoming a member, the Random Boy at 20. Very much appreciated. Oh my goodness. Ebonics King, thank you for the banana. And by the way, Ebonics King, you gave a couple of bananas the other day before the stream even was live. So thank you for that as well. Very much appreciated. I want to apologize about the comment I made. I don't even know what comment you made. So I appreciate that. I'm going to have to look at it. I can be good at video games. Some of them, yes. Yes, I can. Some of them. Sparky, thank you for being a member for 17 months. Feels like a long time. You know, I remember when I first met Sparky. I had no idea the world that I would bring up by you know, sometimes I say, hey, let's do collabs with random people. Sparky was one of the random people. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to bring random people on, and he was one of them. And I've gotten a lot of mileage out of that friendship. Thank you, Sly, for the burger. I didn't have a burger today. I actually had I had some basic bitch food today. But thank you for the burger. I appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. Oh my gosh, the AI mod already moderated that message. That's hilarious. Unfortunately, I don't have the dog here. The dog is under snow right now. The dog is like buried under snow. So he will probably not be here today. Sadly. Pray for the dog. He needs to be recovered. We need to dig him out of the snow so that he can get fixed, basically. Anyway, I apologize if I'm rambling on here. This is kind of like a post stream where we'll talk about stuff in relations to what I just made. For those that don't know, if you are literally just coming in here, I made a video about the 1,000 page Google Doc that Sinder released 5 to 6 months after her cancellation that allowed her to basically restart her life.
At
Thank you for the
Sparky's Tech Corner, discovered mom has milkers and gave $4.99. My friendship being compared to a Goodyear tire. Lumau thanks Socko.
No, you're not a Goodyear tire. So you're one of listen, Sparky, you're one of the tires that cost like $500 per tire that you find off of a Tesla truck, the good ones, all right? And they cost so much because they've got their own microchips in them. that's how good our friendship has been. You know, it's a very expensive tire, don't you know? anyway, so my purpose with this stream, as long as it's going to be, I have no idea how long it's going to be, is to one, say thank you again to everybody that that came by to watch that video. By the way, if you watched the video, make sure you like the video. You can like the stream, but please like the video. It throws it into the YouTube algorithm. And consider hyping the video as well. I have no idea how to hype a video on a computer. I've never done that before. But you can hype a video on your phone. You can hype videos and you can hype streams like after the stream is over. So you can do that. Please, pretty please do that.
Avenge 900 discovered mom
Thank you
has
for.
milkers and gave $5.
Thank you.
Good video, Occo. Can't wait for part 2.
I can't either. So here I'll explain a little bit about like my process and like when you should expect things moving forward. Because I want to be as open and transparent as possible for that kind of stuff. But thank you. I can't wait for part 2 as well. But yeah, go watch the video. I can't even hype it because my private account that I use for watching my videos back, and then just like I have a private account. Well, it's my account that like for my personal self. I've already hyped 3 different videos this week that I like, and I'm pretty sure one of them was my own streams because there's nothing saying you can't do that. It's like liking your own videos, but with a different account. But yeah, hype the video. Very much appreciated. I see that some people have already done so. So yeah, if you're on mobile, you can just there is a little scroll wheel where the comments are. Scroll to the second option, hype it. I very much appreciate if you do. Now, I don't think we'll get into the top 100 for that because the number 100 video is 300,000 points on the hype. So, you know, it's whatever. Make 100 alt accounts. See, at that point, I feel like it's more cost effective just to hire somebody to do botting for you. But I'm not interested in botting my own shit. My stuff is not going to survive without bots. Okay, whatever, you know. Although, I'm being told... I hyped the video. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm being told that botting these days, people don't care. Twitch doesn't care, and I guess companies don't care. In fact, not only do companies not care, some companies even bot you themselves.
At Wolf's Pain, send $4.99 for more.
Thank you for the
hats.
5.
Dog, THX for digging me out of the snow, Occo. We're going to the park, right? Occo smirks at Temp, right? Occo pulls up to vet, right?
Gotta take him to the vet to get him cleaned up. No, but like apparently major companies just don't care if you bot anymore. And so, you know, I'm not gonna do it personally. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll let 1 or 2 of those go through, and then I'm gonna mute it just so that it doesn't make too much noise here. Make sure you say thank you if you got one. Make sure you say thank you if you got one. Again, a special thank you to Gao Kai Erman and Morange 93. Very much appreciated. All right, we're gonna mute that there for just a moment. How do I hype a video? I don't know how to do it on a computer, but if you are on mobile, you go down to the comment section. There's little dots on the comment section thing now. And you just scroll to the right and you'll see a thing that says hype this video. It also will show you the live chat replay and the ask function, which I've never used, by the way. I have never used the function that allows you to ask about a video. But if you really want to, you can ask YouTube to summarize my video so you don't have to watch it, which, you know, if you really want to do that, go right ahead. My personal opinion is if you have to ask an AI about a video, you probably weren't going to watch it anyway. So I don't really mind if people do that because they weren't going to sit through it. Those aren't viewer. That's not a view that I'm like concerned about. I'm concerned about viewers that are actually going to sit through it, you know? You can only hype so many videos a day. I think it's only so many a week. I think you get 3 videos a week. We know how well relying on summaries go. Very true. Summaries suck ass, in my personal opinion. So, very much so. Very much so, very much so. But anyway, where was I? Talking about bots briefly. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not gonna bot, which, you know, I might be putting myself at a disadvantage at this point. I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, everybody bots. Oh, well, okay. If everybody bots, then maybe everybody should bot. But I don't really want to waste money on that kind of thing. Here, I'll turn that back on. See if it'll play.
MommaOcco.
Thank you for the 5.
Atmstill 3 cent $4.99 for more hats. I've been watching you on and off before that holy drama went down. Thanks for being a part of my subroutine. Okay, no more sappy BS. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
VTuber with a jester /
Happy Friday,
octopus
happy
mommy milf
Friday.
Avatar.
At Warpunder tipped Octopus Mommy MILF $10. Got my first paycheck at a new job. Just
Oh,
want to thank
bless.
you and your friends
Congratulations.
for helping me stay sane while I forced to work for the Purple Courier for a year.
Purple Courier. Purple Courier? Who is the Purple Courier? There's actually a company called Purple Courier. I don't know if that's actually what you're talking about. There's actually a courier that's called Purple Couriers. That's funny. Where do they live? Miami? Okay. I'm assuming that's not you. I'm assuming it's like FedEx or something. But, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're at a new, you're at a new job now. I hope that your new job is better than your last one. I hope that everybody's able to get a job that they like. Artemos says that Z is the worst part of the video. Okay, so I know everybody refuses to switch over to X, you know, and I kind of am too. However, I'm like worried that like as somebody that like tries to play into algorithm words, I feel like Twitter is just like a word that if you use, it's not going to be as in the algorithm as X. And even though I'm not trying to be like a hyper algorithm guy, I do try to make sure that people can see my shit. So, I don't know. Zitter, call it Zitter. Yeah, I call it Zitter or X, you know. And instead of tweeting, you're zeeting. Or just sending a message or whatever. I don't even know what Elon Musk calls it. He doesn't call it a zeet. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, my goal today is if you have questions that you want answered about the documentary, or you have questions about things that I did or didn't include, you can go ahead and ask them, and I will do my best to answer them. Obviously, Super Chats get priority answers, but I'll try to answer as many questions as I can for this kind of thing. And I kind of wanted to go through like my process for everything. I also wanted to shout out a couple of different things that I like used or like shared or all that kind of stuff. And yeah, remember if you call it X 3 times in a row, your timeline gets very blurred images. Very true. Very, very, very true. How am I? I'm good. I'm good. How long did it take to make? So, originally, when the first Sinder... Here, you know what I can do? Give me one moment. Give me one moment. I'm going to go to my studio real quickly. Thank you for the 5. There it goes. I was wondering where it was.
Sparky's Tech Corner discovered Mom has milkers and gave $4.99. Speaking of botting, I had a second stream that looks like it was botted for whatever reason. What's going on?
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know if it actually was botting. Don't know why they would do it to a small creator, and I'm not trying to be mean. Excuse me. I don't know why they would do it to a small creator. But like, you seem to listen. There is a chance that maybe you were rated, or maybe I don't know. Personally, that's like a thought for another day. You know. Thank you for the 2. Is Nanoless a part 1 to so to speak? So I'll explain that. I'll explain that. So as you guys all saw, the documentary didn't go through all 1,000 pages. It only went through the Nanoless section. Well, technically, it went through 3 different sections here. In fact, I will pull this up for people that want to see it. Let me pull you out of there. I have a whole tab. I have a beautiful tab of stuff I've been keeping.
98 discovered Mom has milkers and gave $5. Out of curiosity, what was your opinions of everyone before the drama versus now?
Versus now? Oh gosh, that's a good. I'll come back to you. I'll actually unfavorite that so I make sure I come back to that. So really quickly here, we're just gonna jump into the main screen here. Oh yeah, it works. It works. Praise, excuse me. All right, so when I made the video, I knew that like I could not do everything in one video unless I wanted it to be a very long video. And like I went back and forth on that because part of me was like, well, should I do a very long video or should I just do like a couple short videos? Because like there was a lot of things in my mind. One of them was I don't want people to think that like I'm just trying to milk something by having multiple videos. And then I also was like, yeah, but I also don't want to waste people's time. Because one thing that I know is people will listen to videos that are at least an hour long. But the longer a video gets, I feel like the less you're going to have regular people watch it and the more niche people that are actually going to pay attention to it. So I wanted to make sure that it was a length that people be like, you know what, I can listen to this while I'm driving. And most of the stuff that I was going to talk about was already read out from my mouth already. And if people really wanted to go back and read their own screenshots, they could, as I encourage people to do multiple times. And I wanted to make sure that the video was long enough for people to want to listen to it, but short enough that people didn't want to like not listen to it, you know? So I kept it. I was thinking it was going to be 2 to 3 hours for this first part. I'm glad that I was wrong on that. But my goal was to cover, at the very least, the Nanoless section. But I knew that I couldn't just cover the Nanoless section alone because it doesn't start with Nanoless. It starts with her giving her apology and her response and why Red is still in Cinder's life. So my thought process was, okay, when I make this video, I can gloss over the parts that I really don't think a lot of people care about, which is her saying why she's coming back, her saying why Red is still here. Well, okay, to be fair, a lot of people probably cared about the Red stuff, which is why I spent more time on Redacted than I did on the apology here. And to be fair, I feel like a lot more people cared about the Redacted stuff than the apology in general. But then I moved on to the Nanoless section itself. And that was kind of like my goal, was to get to the parts that I knew everybody wanted answers on. Because believe it or not, even though this drama's been over, I know for a fact there are still people that think that Cinder is evil. And when you ask them, have you read the doc or have you like looked at anything, they're gonna tell you no. So my goal was, this is a video for people that, one, have seen and read everything, but also it is a video for people that haven't read or seen anything and refuse to read the doc, because not everybody's going to want to sit through 1,000 pages. There's really only a couple people that would do that, myself and a lot of other of my friends included, which is why I got like an art piece here that I have to bring back up. I love this art piece, by the way. Let me find it. There it is. That's why I got this art piece. It's like a thanks to my friends who helped me read through all of this. All of the main the yippies don't count as all the people. I just wanted the yippies in this because like all of the yippies were like worth putting in there. But there was a lot of reading that went through those streams. By the end, I was very tired, and I think everybody that stuck by me was very tired too. But like it was great to read. And I don't think I do a good job of it saying in the video, I don't blame people for not reading it, because how many people these days are willing to read a Tolkien level book? That's not a lot. Not a lot of people will do that these days. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people don't have time, too lazy, not interested. And I think then the other problem on top of that is it's not like you're reading Lord of the Rings. You're reading a Google Doc by somebody that you 50-50 chance you either like or don't like for whatever reason. So a lot of people just off rip weren't going to read the doc, and I knew that. And I think a lot of people knew that, especially some of the other commentary individuals, not commentary individuals, but other documentarians, which we'll probably talk a little bit about today. And so because of that, I knew that there were going to be people that regardless of whether or not you were for or against, weren't going to read it, which is why I committed myself to reading all of the pages. I don't think Nano is smart, emotional, or egotistical. Woman moment. I cut off reading and I should have finished reading, but you say woman moment, and you know what? I'm just gonna say yeah, right, very much so. Yeah, I'll talk about. I have thoughts on Analyst we'll get to later, but yes. But yeah, I want to give a special thank you to everybody that helped me read this. Sparky, Hurtbox. Fuck, I'll just try and go through everybody. Atari was in there a little bit. Mizu was in there a little bit. Listen, okay, guys, you need to. A lot of people give me laurels for being the guy who covered this, but you can't just give that to me. All right, literally, Mizu is the guy. Here, I'm gonna pull up his channel. You need to sub to Mizu. All right. Now he doesn't do drama a whole lot anymore. He does a lot of other things now, but Mizu is the one who like started this. Like, I think I was initially on the fence when all of this started in the first place, but Mizu started this. All right, and I don't think if it was for him that I would have been as ready to jump on it, because like I was like unsure. I read everything, and then, you know, Mizu was like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of bullshit, and then I took a second look at it, you know. So go subscribe to Mizu. Like I said in the video, he has a very good breakdown of excuse me, my apologies. He has a good breakdown of Shy Lily's whole breakdown meltdown that she had when she responded to Sinder after Sinder left. And I feel like he does a really good job at it. Obviously, I have some of my own breakdowns that I go through, and I talk through a little bit of it. But Mizu is the one that did that, and I think that if you want a good... and now, to be fair, Mizu is not like a professional in any way, shape, or form. Just like, by the way, I am not a professional in any way, shape, or form. The only thing I have is like a small accreditation for life coaching. But like... even though he's not a expert or like a professor or anything, he does a good job at breaking down why people are retards, and that's because, and I'm kind of good at this as well, he's good at pointing out stupid human beings. Stupid human beings. So go give Mizu a follow. There's one of my shouts out for today. Also give Ava a follow. She talked about a lot of the legal stuff that went into this as well. And even though there really wasn't a lot of legal things that really could be extrapolated from it, I do think that Ava was Ava's a good person to follow. If you like legal analysis for things, you should also go follow Ava. But yeah, there was a lot of good people in here that helped out. Kendra, by the way, is the artist. I love Kendra. She is a nice person. All right, very nice. She drew this, by the way. She didn't she charged a lot less than I was thinking she would ask for, and I really do appreciate this whole thing right here. It's absolutely amazing. I will say, I love all of the people in this, but if you've been here for a hot moment, you know what my favorite character in this is, and it's the Yippee. All right, the Yippee is the best character in this whole thing here. All right, like the amount of little Easter eggs and cute little references to the to the yippies is amazing. I gave Kendra all of the yippies I had drawn for friends, and then just said, make a bunch of them, like literally flood an area with it. It's amazing. There's also Shiroi, and the Crow Girl. Excuse me. There's obviously Junie before Junie graduated, and Dylan. My apologies, my brain is like a million miles a minute. And Dylan in here, except me. I think you, Darsky. I'm trying to add you. I asked her for an edit, and I'm gonna try and see if we can add you somewhere. But yeah, there's a lot of yippies in here. I'm already like thinking about my next art piece. Probably won't be drawn by Kendra. Probably, we'll see. But I'm gonna have another art piece that just has a lot of yippies in there. And it's perfect. And obviously I'm in there too, but I don't care about me. I care about all of the other characters. I do like the sun yippee, that one, the sunflower yippee. Am I gonna go into the self-admitted conspiracy? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Add a pyro pop? Maybe. That's one thing I probably should clarify, and I highly doubt anybody that actually whines about me will care. But I don't really like consider myself a pyro pop. I find Sinder fine. I'm okay with Sinder, and I think that she's a great entertainer, you know? And it is because I think that she's a good entertainer, it's why I think that she's done as well as she has as a creator. But I don't really consider, I'm not really a fan of anybody in my opinion, besides Mori. Mori is the only VTuber that I'm really a fan of. And that's because Mori is Mori is the reason why I started streaming. She's a good portion of it. I'm really a fan of people that say get off your ass and go do something, and Mori is one of them. So, yeah, but it's not to say I don't like Sinder. I think Sinder is just fine. But yeah, it's like Sinder is just fine as a creator, but I'm not like, she's not like my Oshi. She's not like, she's just somebody. At the end of the day, it's a good way to say it is like, at the end of the day, I cover drama. And this it reminds me of the Kirsch drama, the first one that she had with Dev, and I covered that, and I liked Kirsch, and I still like Kirsch for the most part. I think that she's just fine. But I never considered even Kirsch my Oshi as well. So I cover a lot of these people, and I may be positive towards them, but they're not like somebody that I will watch. I'm rarely like a fan of anybody that I cover. I think these people have been wronged, and I will talk about that, basically. Did I see that Cinder's not part of V-Card? Yeah, I did. I had an opinion. I had an opinion, and it was really just a shitter tier take. I'm gonna be honest with you. We can talk about that later. But yeah, I think some people, and you know what, they're fine to do it, think that I'm just like some sort of hyper stan of hers that like is trying to write the record, and it's just like, no, I legitimately like to just talk about drama. Sinder is the biggest drama that I've ever covered, and dedicated time and effort to, and so, you know, there you go. She might never be added back. I mean, I don't think she cares. I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard that the recent set of cards from V-Card, you can only buy in booster boxes, which is insane. Absolutely fucking insane to me. Here, I'm gonna bring that. You know what? Since somebody brought that up, we're all over the place today, and I hope that's okay. Can I even look at the products for the... No, I don't even think you can buy the pre-sale the cards now. That's funny. Interesting. Sorry, I'm on the website to see if you can buy the booster boxes. Oh my gosh, what the... Okay. I know that listen, I know that there are VTubers that have fans, or we'll just call them simps. I don't care. There are VTubers that have simps that will spend a lot of money on them. But can I ask you something? Would you spend $1,200 on 12 booster boxes? Is this for a singular person to buy, or is this for a card store? Which, if it's for a card store, by the way, this is for the second set, I believe. I don't know. I don't pay attention to fucking Shy Lily's make a money thing. That for a game that, in my personal opinion, is shit tier. Just gonna be honest with you. It's just like Gooner bait cards. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying, it's a shit game. I've looked at the rules, I've looked at the cards, and it really is like, I have thoughts. I have thoughts on it, and it's really just like combined opinions here. But anyway, would you spend that much money here for 12 booster boxes? No, you wouldn't fucking do that. The only reason why you would do that is if you're a scalper that wants to resell each box for like $400 a box. Or if you are a card store. But I don't know any card stores that are stupid enough to like stock a whole bunch of cards for a game that literally nobody is gonna play. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have only seen people's in the trading card scene rail on how bad this game is in terms of like rule sets and like playability. And the only thing that they say it's good for is, hey, go get your favorite VTuber card. But even then, the big problem with this is you have to buy a lot of card packs to have the potential of getting all of the VTubers that you want out of it. Also, I noticed that they're just pre-selling promo cards. Are you allowed? Like, well, allowed? They can do whatever they want. But why would you do this? Free card with a mouse pad. What the fuck? Oh, it's not even for sale. You have to buy the mouse pad and then you just get one of these. And every 10 mouse pads gets a holographic one. Oh, I guess Vienna is the only one that still is... Vienna's the only one that you can get. That's funny. That's really funny. That's really, really funny. But yeah, so... This account here, I don't really follow the card stuff. Maybe I should. I have no idea. But this virus account, which has me blocked by the way, which is funny, says the urge to not crash out about GamerSup's V-card prices is ungodly. Like, dude, you're pricing almost half of the community by not doing anything but booster boxes, no single packs, no bundles, booster boxes only. Now, for those that don't know, if you're not into the trading card space, booster boxes, thank you for the 5.
At the random boy 20 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Don't get me started on the fact that they don't reprint the cards after they sell out.
That's crazy. I didn't know that either. Maybe I should look into the V card like drama, because there's a lot of drama with it. I'm telling you, maybe Sinder got out scot-free, not being part of a product that is subpar in my personal opinion. She's still part of GamerSupps. By the way, I hear that like there's a sale for GamerSupps, and even though I'm not on GamerSupps, you can use code Sinder for GamerSupps to get 20% off. I guess I'm shilling for somebody else's thing, but yeah, code Sinder for 20% off at GamerSupps, I heard. But like, this is kind of insane to me, all right? Because let me tell you what's going to happen. Booster boxes are the only way that you can buy cards. A booster box, and I don't know how much booster boxes were in the previous 2 sets. It's over $100 base, because booster boxes in general are over $100. I remember one time when I bought a couple booster boxes for Magic the Gathering cards, and that was back when I loved collecting Magic the Gathering cards. I still actually have some binders of sets that I completed. Because back then I actually really liked completing sets. And a booster box starts at over $100. And I'm expecting that a booster box for this is going to be over $100. Apparently, Shy Lily's shares went down to 1%. You're going to have to send me some sort of proof of that. Please, please, please send me that. If that is true, I will share that. That's funny if that's the case. You know, you bring up a funny thing, and I'll bring it up later here. I'll cue it up. By the way, in my video, there is a Google Drive where you can view a lot of the resources I had. Oh, excuse me.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
Anonano07 discovered mom has milkers and gave £5. Are you going to cover the fact that people admitted that they conspired behind the scenes to take Sinder down, for example Lily and Buff Pup?
You are gonna have to show me that. I my apologies. I was planning on answering your question. Thank you though. You're gonna have to show. I don't actually know what you're talking about in specific. I know that Shy Lily, the Shy Lily stream that she had, not the New Year's one where she was whining, bitching, and moaning, but like she had this her stream. I was planning on doing some more stuff on later. I am gonna be honest with you. I tried to find a couple clips of Buff Pup that I couldn't find. So if there are clips of that stuff that you would like me to look at and give my opinions on, please send them to me. You can DM me on Twitter at MommaOcco for all of my stuff, or you can join my T Discord server here. Give me a moment. No, not that one, not that one. It is that one, I think. If there, please send that to me. The chances are I probably have it, but I don't actually remember what you're talking about. So send that to me, and I can, give a look at it.
At Shinif98 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Wait, this is actually another question. Thank you to whoever brought it up. It reminded me. How do people know what X's share actually were?
I assume you're talking about gamer subs. Give me a moment here. I have it in here in my Google Drive. There it is. Okay. Here. So this is the 2025 GamerSup shares. This was before Sinder renounced her shares at GamerSups. Now this is according to brandsownedby.com. I haven't heard anybody dispute this. But this was in an article that talked about the shareholders for GamerSups. And again, this is before Sinder sold her shares and sold it back to the original pool of owners, which includes Shy Lily. Shy Lily owned 5% when right before the Sinder shit happened, and I can't remember what my discussion on it was, but I think that her percentage either went up or down depending on how much she bought back when Sinder sold her shares. Because if you own a certain amount of shares and then somebody else sells their shares back, if you don't buy them or you do buy them, the percentage goes up or down based upon the fact. So I have no idea how much she has now. People are claiming that Shy Lily sold her shares, which is or down to a certain amount of shares. I'd like to see some proof of that. Again, send that to me, because if you send it to me, I'll try and find a way to include it in a video. That's kind of hilarious, in my personal opinion, if that's true. So yeah, this is kind of where I got my my info on this. Sinder owned 10% before the drama. Yes. And again, I think this is amazing. Like, I know that Shy Lily will never admit it, and there's no proof for it, so it's really just alleged, all right? But I believe this was a major pain point for Shy Lily, all right? The fact that she only owned 5% of this company and Sinder owned 10%. That is, like you have to think about how much and because because Shy Lily is the way she is, I am more willing to believe it than not. I do believe that Lily saw the rise of a creator which in my personal opinion is more genuine, has less of a chance for bots, unless there's like allegations that come out of it. But like, Sinder is more genuine. Sinder has more support. Cinder has grown faster in a slower time. than Shy Lily, and quite honestly, a lot of the other girls in that pool, you know? And I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just pointing that out to say, I think that Shy Lily was a little bit jealous. I really think that she was jealous. She's never going to admit it. She's never going to admit it, but I think she was jealous. I legitimately think that she saw what happened and she took the opportunity to just light a candle on fire. And for people bringing up Jay Schlatt, I think Jay Schlatt was one of the founders of the company, so there's a reason why he has a majority stake in Gamer Subs, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's all. By the way, if you want, there is a Google Drive. It's in my video, so you just got to go to the Google Drive, and then you can read that. So there you go. Didn't Shy Lily make Nano's document? I don't. There's no real confirmation that she did 100% of it. She claims that she helped make the document, which tells me that either she wrote it herself with the help of Nanolist, or there was some co-writing that took place because of it. And so I think at the very least it's fair to say that she helped write it, because she basically admits as much that she helped to co-write it. But yeah. Anyway, let me see here. I know I had a couple of questions and I want to make sure I grab them. Sparky says I wouldn't pay that for my joystick and chair mounts. Fair. What's my opinions of everyone before the drama versus now? All right, I'll get to that right now since you've been patient and I wanna get it out of the way. My opinions on everybody versus now. On Sinder, it really doesn't change a whole lot. I viewed Sinder before this whole drama as just another VTuber that was in the top 1% of the 1% VTubers. I think something that people should understand, and this isn't really a knock against Sinder, but like a lot of these top creators, most of them are exactly the same in terms of attitude and what they do. I think the big difference is Sinder wasn't as deep in that culture of just going with the flow. And because I don't think she was that deep in the culture, and because I think that she was a little bit separated and different from people, I think that's why like she was booted so hard as she was, because I don't think she was part of it. But I do think to some extent she's like also part of that culture. Just not in the same ingrained way that a lot of other people did. Cinder got caught. She really didn't get caught for a whole lot. I mean, like, okay, if you want me to be honest, let me, I'll explain it like this. Does every person behind the scenes shit talk their friends on occasion? Yes. Yes. You are lying to yourself if you don't think these creators shit talk each other behind the scenes. All right, I am telling you, Shy Lily does it, Bo does it, Silvervale does it, Spike does it. They all fucking talk shit about each other because that is human nature. Whenever you're in private and you're with somebody that's not the person that you're pissed off at or that you want to gossip about, you shit talk them. All right, it happens. The difference is Nanolist, who was very content in doing that, said also shit talking, decided that she couldn't do it anymore. And yeah, so like that, it's funny to me, all right, because obviously, you know, I'm a shit talker as well. As somebody who is public about it and okay to tell people, yeah, I shit talk, and yeah, I'm willing to say I don't like you. It's funny to see all these creators, all right, like literally all of them come out day one and they're like, oh, we're so sweet, we don't do anything wrong, and look at how Cinder treated us. And then as the days rolled on, they all started to bare their fangs and they all started to act just as bad as they alleged that she was. All right, that's how funny it is to me. All of them here, you know, I think that this is very apt.
Now this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
It's very apt in my personal opinion, you know. All of them do it. All of them are willing to sell each other down the river. Now, to be fair, I think that Cinder way less so, but I think that all of them act like this. All of them are in the same kind of like mindset, and all of them try and do this kind of shit. And this drama alone just exposed all of that, which is hilarious to me because, you know, before this drama took place, a lot of these people were drama-free individuals, all right? All of them. Lily never really got into drama. Lily's biggest drama, as far as I know, was her choosing to respond to the copycat allegations. And her response was basically saying, I don't want to respond. And that was it. And, like, I kind of said that that was a good thing of her to do because, like, that's what you're not supposed to do. When it came to Bao, her drama really was just she was the victim multiple times of scamming. Something, by the way, I'm going to no longer be looking at her as the victim for, and I'm going to be way more scrutinous of because of how she has chosen to act over the last couple of months. I am now, and I think that everybody should be looking at Bao, and you can still say, man, it really fucking sucks, everything that what happened to you. But now that all of this has come out, I've started to look back and say, are you an idiot? Or are you incompetent? Or is there something missing here? You know? So I look at all of them as just like, previously Bao was just the victim of all of this shit. Now I'm going to look at her with way more scrutiny. And every single time that something happens to her, I'm not going to... I'm basically going to look at her way more critically, basically. She's an idiot. Oh, she definitely is an idiot. She definitely is. Let's see. Silvervale. The funny thing about Silvervale, I didn't know that she had never left her house until she admitted, oh, TwitchCon is the first time I had really gotten outside. And I was just like, what the fucking hell, woman? You're admitting that you never leave the house? That is so weird. Has Bao done much since her incident? Since her misandrist incident? No. I think she kind of like just poofed from existence and now she's slowly coming back. Don't know why. Probably because of all of the shit that happened. But Bao was just gone for a while and that was funny. That was really funny. I never leave the house? Okay. Star, you have a reason to not ever leave the house. Silvervale, she doesn't really have an excuse. She just sounds like she needs to get some help. All right. Silvervale just sounds like she needs to get some fucking help. All right. It's funny how Bao's editor made a doc and is full-time with Sinder. I did want to talk about that. I will be mentioning that when I get to the Bao part of my next documentary. Because my next documentary is going to focus on some of the minor characters that weren't very deep in there. That being Bao, Shy Lily, and I think Aru and Spite. I think. Because, like, the V-card stuff, the Shy Lily stuff, and then the breakdown in general, all of that, like, are probably dedicated documentaries themselves. But, like, when I talk about Bao, oh, man, it is hilarious. It is really hilarious to me. And here's what this is why I also want to emphasize. I want to make sure it's very clear, all right? Don't bother any of these people. Don't go after any of these people, all right? I asked all of these people once if they wanted to talk about something. And whether or not I got an answer does not matter. Leave these people alone. Don't bother them. Thank you for the 5.
At Project Libertad tipped $5 to the lost cause. Issue is the VTuber community has so much toxic positivity, from the top of Hololive to the smallest one view, anything challenges that gets cancelled.
This is very true. This is very true. But you got to choose to not be part of it. Okay. Did they accuse of Sinder copying Spite? They inferred it. They inferred it, and there's a lot of shit that just debunked that really quickly. But yeah, here I'll let me bring this up. My plan is to go through. My next plan is to cut up a couple of different people into one. Bao is one of them. Aru and Spite definitely. And then I think Silvervale has to get her own video Shy Lily is getting her own video, but Shy Lily's video is going to go into the breakdown as well, because Shy Lily's is going to have a lot of video coverage as well, because she decided to open her big fat mouth and then let it get archived on the internet forever. I'm also going to cover the Numi part as well because of the concert. A lot of this, the stuff after Nanolith, we're going to focus on parts where I might be more critical of Sinder. Definitely think I'd probably be more critical of Sinder. Because thank you for being a member for 1 month. I just finished the video, knocked it out of the park. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. I definitely will have more criticisms for Sinder because, like I said, while I think that she is the most innocent individual in a lot of this, she still has flaws that thankfully now I will say I will be judging. But by the same token, I'll be saying you can only judge so much because this is a thing that's moved on. She's apologized. She's rectified. She's rectified, in fact, the best way possible. In a way that makes it kind of hard to say she's rectified it, because Sinder has basically come out and said, I've rectified with a lot of these people behind the scenes. And that's good. That's good. But like, I will come out and say, hey, these are things that Cinder shouldn't have been doing. However, she's fixed it. So I don't care, you know? And that's basically all I will say. Numi censoring Sinder with fries is hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, Numi, I don't think Numi is very happy still. Kind of sad, if you ask me. Kind of sad. Numi definitely, like, misrepresented a lot of different things. And I also think that Sinder and Red had some miscommunications mixed in there as well, and that led to the problem that they had. But I think that Numi doing what she did with Sinder was what they say is a dick move, basically. It was definitely a dick move. But like I said, that'll get its own video and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, my next video is going to focus on Bao, not Silverveil, Aru, Spite, Bao, Aru, and Spite, I think. Then Shy Lily's going to get her own section along with the breakdown. Numi's going to get her own section. Silverveil's going to get her own section. And then the last two bits here, I really don't feel like need to go. I mean, like, I'll probably include them in the last video, you know, just the message and then the looking ahead section. Like, I will put them in my last video, but I don't really feel like those need a whole lot because it's really just, I'm done. Goodbye. I'm done. Goodbye. Have I seen any Skybrow vids before? I have not. I have not. That's kind of like the plan moving forward. For people asking when the next one's going to come out, hopefully not in like 6 months. I will probably try to start writing a script. Can't say when. I have concepts and ideas of how I'd like to write the next script when it comes to Bao. Jumping back to Bao, because somebody mentioned the editor. The editor, Sakamore. I will say, I had a lot of criticisms for him. But it looks like he edits for Sinder again. And because he edits for Sinder again, I really think that no matter what, he probably fixed it behind the scenes with Sinder, which tells me that, like, you know, you can only be so judgmental. You can be judgmental of his past actions, but, like, you have to acknowledge that he moved on and he chose to forgive her. And I have an idea of why he chose to forgive Sinder. I have an idea of why he did. But, I'll wait to mention it. Check his newest tweet. Did he make it? Hold on. What did he say? What was the February 13th one? That's the newest one he's got. Oh, I see what you mean here. He's like, I've been able to let my guard down, relaxed around someone I trust. I feel like after experiencing firsthand how people treat their friends in this industry, I've come to realize you're pretty much always surrounded by wolves in sheep's clothing. Oh, sir is vaguing the most vaguest of vague posts, and I think we all know who he's talking about. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Almost been 1 year anniversary in 2 months. Yes, in 2 months. Up to my ability to trust people behind comprehension. I hope that one day this won't always be the case. All I'm going to say is I'm excited for the next video. And that is getting saved. Throw that in there. There we go. Bow opening her misandrous mouth. Yeah. No, yeah, yeah. That's interesting. But yeah. And again, I will say, please don't bother any of these people. All right? Don't bother any of them. Especially him, you know. I have my own thoughts on him, but he seems to have moved on in a good way, and I think that you should let him. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, going back to the video. My plan is to work on the next script soon. I'm basically waiting for the moment, you know, where I'm like, oh, I know exactly how I want to do this. With the Nanolist part, it was easy because I already knew the answers to a lot of the questions that I had in my head about that. With Bao, it's going to be a little bit different, or with all of the female ones, it's going to be a little bit different because a lot of that is just like, well, now obviously I'm going to talk about the blacklisting because I didn't mention it in the Nanolist video. And I wanted to kind of save it for these videos, but I do want to make sure I mention the blacklisting that came from these. And my plan is to be like, I don't agree with Red, but this is his reasoning behind why everything went on the way it did, if that makes sense. And I will be going through the DMs with Nanolist and Red when it comes to the blacklisting of these specific individuals. And we'll be going through just like very, very retarded. Like, again, going back to everybody talk shit, a lot of the stuff that happened with Bao is just like talking shit and being like, just talking shit, basically. And yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know. That's why I don't think that like some of these sections will be so long to like cover. Because like when it comes to Bao, it's just like, oh yeah, there was blacklisting. This is why the blacklisting happened. I don't agree with it. Move on. Also, it's important to note that like when it comes to Bao, technically the blacklisting didn't even happen. It was really just Red asking after the fact. But there was shit talking that happened behind the scenes, and I think that that's shitty, and I think that is dumb. And so, you know, I'll be talking about it, but like I don't know. I have no idea how I want to structure it just yet. That's why like the thing that I think people have to understand is the one part that really drags out making something isn't the recording, it isn't the editing. The editing is fun. You know, I spent 12 hours like editing one day, and my middle finger is like my mouse fingers. It hurt for like a couple of days. No, it's script writing. That was like, script writing is really the part that took me the longest. Because I rewrote the first script twice, if that makes sense. But yeah. So, I can't really promise that the video will be out in a month or two. My hope is to get it out in a reasonable amount of time, you know. And to answer, you know, nobody's asked about it. I haven't seen anybody mention it. I'm sure that I'm sure that it might happen in the future. I don't really care either way. But like, for people that are like, are you dragging this on? Obviously, like, my answer is like, no, at least not intentionally. I'm not dragging this on. I want to like put this series together, and my thought process has always just been, I want to put a series together for people so that they can understand the drama that happened. You know, I always like to think of like history documentaries, and that's been like my good answer for it, which is just like, well, do you tell people to not learn history because it's like overly dramatic and so many people suffered? No, no, you don't.
Score tipped $5 to the lost cause. This may sound a little evil, but I can't wait to see the day one of the girls eventually break and snitch on Shy Lily.
Maybe. Obviously, if it happens, I'll cover it. That's not a very happy thing to want. And I say, even though I am a drama creator, you know, and I feed off of and I read this stuff and I do this for you guys, I don't take a lot of happiness to see a lot of people be crazy. I just read it because it's interesting to me, you know. It's not really, it doesn't really make me, it doesn't fill me with mirth or joy to see that all of this happened. It's really just, I have a propensity to look at burning cars on the side of the highway as they're happening, you know. I'm like one of those little cute Asian couples where when they see a pileup, they're gonna pause on the side of the road, cause another pileup, and take pictures. I'd take pictures. But you know, it is an interesting point. I do think when I saw there was a New Year's stream, and I covered it on Under the Tea. I don't have the clip on me right now, but like the Under the Tea, the New Year's stream where Lily basically came out and admitted that nobody believed her, and that she basically came out and admitted, I've lost connections myself now because of what happened. So while I think that, like, you know, it would be interesting to see one of these girls come out and say her experience with Shy Lily, I think you have to understand that's probably already happened in private. Like, Lily has probably already suffered in private immensely. Because if you want to think about it, because of everything that went down, not necessarily all on Lily to begin with, but because of everything that went down, Lily caused damage to GamerSupps. And we obviously have no idea how much money GamerSupps lost because of everything. But there was a period of time where GamerSupps struggled with their reputational image because both of the part owners of it were basically fighting with each other. And it was started because of Shy Lily, or at least in part because of Shy Lily. So, you know, even though I don't know any public or private information, or if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But, like, I have to wonder, like, if she had a strict talking to by some people. Because, like, I do think that she was basically told to fuck off and stop creating drama. Because, she did not seem very happy in the New Year's stream. As she, like, recalled everything that went down, I think she just had to remember all of the shit that she went through because of all of the shit that happened. Because, like, in the grand scheme of things, all of this should have been solved behind the scenes. Did she get his finger wag from her mom and dad? No, I think the GamerSupps told her to stop causing trouble with another co-founder. Because, you know, that's not like a good thing to do for a business when one co-founder, excuse me, when somebody who's a part owner of a company, choosing to pick a fight with another part owner is a bad idea. It doesn't look good on the company, and it probably harms the reputation of the company when part owners are fighting. So my bet is she got a talking to from some of the other owners, and who probably told her to stop because it wasn't going to help out the company. In fact, it was going to damage the company. Because if you think about it, if Sinder didn't go back to GamerSupps, if she said that she was no longer going to be using GamerSupps, do you know how many Pyro Pups exist? Real Pyro Pups, not fake ones, which I think is probably not a lot at all anyway. Like Cinder has so many real fans compared to Shy Lily, in my personal opinion. That if that Gamer Subs lost her fans, that is money loss, in my personal opinion. Personal opinion. So if all this was should have been solved in private, why did they decide to share it in the public? Because they wanted to burn her to the ground. That's why.
At Mogami328 sent $5 for more hats. Do you think anyone involved trying to screw over Cinder would feel any form of guilt?
I think Sack did, which is why he's working with her again. I think he realized he fucked up and then decided to talk with her. I think that happened with Sack. No idea about the rest of them. I know that Cinder said that she was trying to solve a lot of this in private. You know, she said, I'm going to talk to these people in private. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad that she did. It would be nice to know, like, who the friends are again and who are not, but it's just, like, it doesn't matter. I only care because I want to point it out and say, hey, look at this. This is cool. But, like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't really care that much, you know. Cinder has more Simpson fans. She leans too hard into the fake teehee, I'm a kissless virgin. Yeah, by the way, if you think that, or not Cinder, Shy Lily. If you think that Shy Lily is single, you're fucking lying to yourself, all right? Shy Lily lives with her manager / boyfriend, Buska, all right? Shy Lily has a boyfriend. His name is Buska. And it is kind of funny that, like, that's not, like, admitted. You know, a lot of these people don't admit it. And they don't admit it because they know that they get more money if they pretend that they're single. But no, yeah, Buska is her, if Buska is her manager that she has admitted that she is living with, he's the boyfriend. He's the boyfriend. All right? Buska is the boyfriend. And I might know some other things about that was sent to me. Not going to reveal them because I would like to get some more sources on it. But all I will say is I know for a fact that they are a couple. And I think that it's funny that people don't want to acknowledge that. But yeah, Buska is her boyfriend. She's been dating him for years. Yes. Pretty much. It's kind of funny. Cotton said a while ago she would let Cinder be a guest. Yeah, Cotton seems to have forgiven her, which is good. Cotton sounds like... It's funny because Cotton is like a porn actress or a porn ASMRist, which I don't care. I just find that funny. I just find that funny that the hyper degenerate like has more morality than the people that are at least trying to hide their degeneracy. It's kind of funny. People were lambasting Cinder for dating Red. People were lambasting her because they thought because she was dating Red, she should have known more of what was going on. You know. But yeah, don't lie to yourself. Lily is dating Buska. All right, I know that for a fact. She dates Buska. And I feel like that is something that she should be honest about. I'm gonna be real. Sparky says loved her incel comments towards me. I forgot that she made a vague tweet, or not a vague tweet, but a vague mention of you. That was true. If Lily's manager does something similar, I expect the same criticism towards her. Possibly. Possibly. She has refollowed Cinder. At least she has a conscience. Yeah, she did. A lot of people apparently have refollowed Cinder. You know what's funny is that I was told that Buska still follows Cinder, which is another funny thing. You know? So that's cool. Very funny. Very funny. You know. Very, very funny. All right. I'm going to sit up. I'm late to the stream. Did Mugen video get mentioned? No. I did want to ask people's opinions on this. Do people want me to break down other people's videos or like give my thoughts and opinions? Because I don't feel like it's necessary, to be honest with you. Excuse me. Because a lot of people have made videos on it. Mugen made a video. It was shit, by the way. 4 hours of him calling Shylily a psycho. Basically not really deviating from anything that he said. Mugen's whole thing was just Cinder is a psycho and she manipulated Nanolis, and her showing these DMs makes her look worse is basically what his whole thing was. Rima, speaking of Rima, I do want to bring this up again, because whenever I mention Rima and Cinder in the same context, I do have to bring up again, Rima, where's the fucking DMs? All right, I know you're never going to say it because you want to avoid the accountability on this, but Rima, where's the DMs? Where's the DMs, or where is the information that you got behind the scenes that you admitted to me in private when we were still friends? Where's the stuff? All right, I need to know what you learned behind the scenes that you refuse to tell people. Okay, waiting for that secret information. You know, I remember when she was covering the 1,000-page doc and at points was using AI to read stuff for her. She liked to post the link to her own video where she lies about me and Mizu. A video, by the way, that Mizu has also debunked. But like her coverage of the Cinder doc was also really bad. Because again, like her, Mugen, and I believe fucking what's the other guy? The purple guy that also does news. False. All of them basically said, "Oh, Cinder's still bad because she's obviously manipulating Nano, and through Red she's manipulating Nano," and it's just like, you guys are fucking retarded. Alara too, dude. Alara was, oh my gosh. Alara fucking sucks, man. She basically she has a clip, and I don't have it on me, but Alara has a clip where she's like, Cinder doesn't get to move on. The public gets to decide when Cinder moves on. And I'm just sitting here like, you fucking bitch. You don't get the right to say that. You don't get the right to say that. You are so fucking stupid. Then, by the way, Alara has, not recently, but Alara has in the past decided that she can't cover serious topics anymore because I think that Alara tries to steer away from very serious topics because if she talks about the serious topics, Alara will get things wrong because Alara doesn't know how to be a news person. She just knows how to have big tits on the screen, you know? Tried arguing and debating with Alara. It's like talking to a brick. Alara will not take any criticism. She'll just block you. Case in point. So, but Evanito's take was reasonable. I would say that out of everybody there, Evanito, another guy that I'm not the biggest fan of, he had one of the most reasonable takes. You know, it was very fair, I'd say, giving fair criticism to both sides, and I think that's good. That's why Hex got blundered. I think that Hex got blundered partially because of Tectone. Mine are better. Oh, don't glaze me that much. I appreciate that, but yeah. I just like, I looked at all of their coverage. With Rima, I just think that she wanted to give special attention to.
MommaOcco.
Thank you for the 5.
Atmstill 3 cent $4.99 for more hats. Parsmugglana, I'll go over the meat and potatoes. Skips the most important part. Stop challenging me or get blocked. Regards.
No, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's really funny because all of these people, and again, the mythic conspiracy is really retarded. I am, instead of believing the Mythic conspiracy, I just believe that all of these people, Muujin, Rima, and now Smugalana, because she's also in Mythic, I believe that there are just specific people that they don't want to piss off, you know? I think that they don't want to piss off certain individuals in the Mythic sphere. Not necessarily Mythic itself, but the Mythic, some Mythic talents they don't want to piss off, you know? Which is funny. Very funny, but you know, it was really funny that Smug becomes part of Mythic, like right after that, and it's just like, interesting. I don't know. I don't believe in the Mythic conspiracy. I just believe that there are specific people in Mythic that these people play ball for because they don't want to go against. They want to have the chance for better opportunities. And I mentioned this in my first video. I liken it to when you work at a specific place. I actually have experiences of this where, you know, you'll have a worker who tries to suck up to another person, whether they're a lead or a boss or something like that. And they will do anything they can to try and get ahead. And that's what I think some of these people are. Surprised you didn't bring up the whole if Nano's susceptible to manipulation, she shouldn't be on the internet point. I mean, I agree with that still. I think I just forgot to bring that up, honestly. That's fair. That's a fair thing, you know. It's called brown nosers. Fair. Well, I do think that some of them are. Especially after seeing how Muujin acted with the fucking Tectone stuff. After how Muujin acted with the Tectone stuff, I am just convinced that he is a fucking hack, a retard that doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. And even though I hate Tectone, I really liked how he was like, I never talked to Muujin. I was not friends with Muujin. He and I just talked on very brief occasions. He was on my podcast once or twice, and that was it. And I was like, get fucked, Muujin. All these people are fucking retards. They play team sports in order to get special favors done. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I'm glad I'm not part of their little group or their little clique. You know, I was friends with some of these people, and then you piss them off and they kick you out of the group. And it's just like, you know what? I would rather be on my own, doing decently well on my own, than be in a group of people that have to live and die by the sword. And again, it's not even really just Mythic in general. It's just people within Mythic that have their own little cliques and their own little things. And they play team sports for each other because they want to have special opportunities. And all I'm going to say is if you believe that doesn't happen, you're stupid. I'm sorry. Was that quote by Shy Lily? You're just wrong or whatever. Because these people all do it, and these people all like hold water for each other, you know. And sooner or later they're going to get into their own drama that will just out them for it. And when that happens, I will cover it. But yeah, I just like I looked at all their coverage, even like Rev himself. And to be fair, Rev just kind of covers the thing of the day, and I do think that Rev was wrong about Sinder. Especially his wife was also wrong about Sinder. I don't care, though. You know, I'm more focused on the people that I do think were more closely knit to the situation than they probably should have been, and yeah. Static Tokyo's take was all right. I have not seen his take, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a biggest fan of Static Tokyo. Granted, last time I checked, I thought he had me blocked, but that might not be the case. Might not be the case. Anyway. Oh, there's a new Shoe on Head video. Look at that. That's funny. That's really funny. Wait for your favorite 5 or 6 VTubers to react to the Shoe on Head video, chat. How long until Lily and Rima's lore drop? I don't have much. Listen, I already made a video on Rima, alright? It's the Rima Even Star Has Lied to You video. That was like the first time I had made like a documentary like this that that was put down the way it was, and it wasn't my best work, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, obviously, excuse me, you know, it was my first video that was kind of like this, and even though I don't like it that much, it still did a decent job, you know, and I was happy with it. I'll be real, any follow-up on any of these other creators would, again, either go into its own stream or I'm not even really, like, and I will be honest with you, just gonna level with you. Obviously I have a lot of, like, I definitely had a little bit of, like, man, I'm just upset with some of these people and how disingenuous they are. But, you know, in the short and skinny of it, I don't feel compelled to, like, try and make these harsh exposés on people that are supposed to be real news people. Like, I'm no longer interested. Like, I definitely want to just mention stuff, but I don't feel like I need an entire video to do it. It's really more just like, hey, look at these fucking retards that don't know what they're doing and they're pretending to be news journalists. Follow-up of old drama would reignite it. It's not even just that. It really would just be, hey, look at how these people covered this drama. They're fucking retards. I don't feel like I need to do that, you know? You know, I definitely think when everything first came out, I was like, yeah, maybe I should. Nowadays, no, I don't think I need to. I think that the best thing to do is just make a video showing my side or showing what I think. And, you know, it's pretty obvious who the clear winner is. So, I will let my work speak for itself. I will let my work speak for itself, you know. Why not also cover happy news? I mean, like, I could. But, like, my documentaries are really just, like, I don't know, it depends, really. We're not allowed to be happy. I always kind of just, like, consider my work to be, you know, there's a lot of people that enjoy just, like, listening to drama, and that's what I like to cover. I don't know. Good work, in my opinion. Thank you. False has me blocked. False blocks a lot of people. He blocked me really early just because I judged him or was critical of him, and he blocked me. Which is funny. It's funny! I don't care, though. I just know what happened. But yeah, is there any other questions people are interested in me answering here? I'm curious. My next video, if people are curious, is not going to be about Sinder. It is probably going to be about my self-hosting that I'm working on. That's not really going to be like drama related. It's more or less just going to be me talking about things that I'm interested in. I expect that video to do okay. It might break into a different audience, but that's what I'm going to be working on next. And in fact, I might start working on that today. We'll see. Oh, there's Kendra. Shout out to Kendra in the audience. There you go. Do I think Nano's learned her lesson? Absolutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. You want to know why I don't think Nano learned her lesson? Because she was making excuses in her apology. Let me pull up the apology here. Because I don't think she learned her lesson whatso-fucking-ever. I think that Nanoless is just going to continue doing what she did, and it's just I don't think that Nanoless is going to do this to somebody else or do something similar. And guess what? When it happens, I will be there to catalog it and laugh at it. But no, Nanoless did not learn her lesson, in my personal opinion. All right, not whatsoever. Like, literally, in her own apology. Now, thank you for someone reminding me, but I did want to bring this up. What live stream am I going to have tonight? I don't know. We'll see. I might not stream tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I might not stream tonight. This might be the stream. We'll see. We'll see. But Nanolist literally has not learned a single damn fucking thing, in my personal opinion. All right? Because she tries to pack this off to other people. She, like, tries to admit that she's a people pleaser. Here, I'll read this. She says, I'm sorry for bringing all this mess to the community. Yeah, she's apologizing now. She's apologizing now that that she got caught, basically. This was right after the doc was posted and people started asking questions to Nanolist. And she's like, well, fuck, I guess I have to say something, you know? But, like, I don't think this here would not have happened if the doc didn't come out. She just would have continued doing what she was doing. But as she says, I really tried to be a people pleaser and didn't know how to say no to a cool project. And I'm glad that at the very least, she admits that. It definitely didn't help her, and I definitely used that in the doc here, or in the video. But it's just like, yeah, she didn't know how to say no, and that's how she got herself into the predicament she is, where she just refuses to take accountability for the fact that she took on way too many clients. I mean, it's just like, we have canceled artists for less in the world of shitty artists that scam. Like, how often do we see an artist, like, people say, I have this artist that was supposed to complete a project for me so many months ago, and then the artist comes out and says, I overworked myself. Literally the exact same fucking thing. The only difference is it's Nanolist. Nanolist is the reason why she gets away with it, because she makes $10,000 a model and everybody wants her fucking shit. I'm telling you, she has to piss off the wrong person, because unfortunately Cinder's not that person. Cinder just, like, dropped her rebuttal and then walked away. If Cinder really wanted to, she could have buried Nanolist, in my personal opinion. All right? Buried Nanolist. But she didn't. She didn't. And you know what? That's definitely the higher road to take. Definitely is the higher road to take, and as much as I like seeing a shit show on the timeline, I think that Cinder is probably the way better person for it here. But anyway, I just, like, artists have been canceled for way less than Nanolist has done. All right, not only has Nanolist canceled all of her projects with other people, she lied about it, tried to blame somebody else for it, and like I tried to make this a point in the video. I hope people understand this. She canceled literally her first VTuber child. All right? Her first VTuber child, which is Sinder. Without Sinder, Nanolist would probably still be somewhere. But Sinder is the reason why Nanolist is on the fucking map. Sinder put her there. And then she gets stabbed in the back. She's a bad mom. She is definitely a bad mom. She's a very abusive mom.
Obviously, Occo is a bad example because it's a lost cause.
EdXL Arts tipped $5 to the lost cause. Dema's coverage of the drama was probably just as bad as Mugen's, if not worse.
Yeah. I don't think Deme read the whole thing. I think that she just paraphrased and decided that she wanted to be in the clique with other people. Which is weird because Deme is, like, burning herself down because of her autism. I can bring that up if somebody wants me to. But Deme, like, tried to do the whole view botting thing. And everybody got pissed off of her, and then she backs down really quickly, which is funny. I think she should have pressed on it because, like, yeah, I agree with you, Deme. Not necessarily about who she was accusing, even though people have claimed. But Deme was really fucking retarded with her take as well. I brought it up in the video. She basically was like, oh, this all sucks. Deme is unhinged. She claims it's her autism. I've been told that she claims it's her autism, and so you can get away with everything if you just claim it's autism. And if you guys don't know, I get really fucking pissed off when people try to just use their autism as an excuse for why they get to be shitty human beings. All right, I already know somebody, my nemesis, that acts like a shitty human being and then just blames their autism. I fucking hate it when people do that. You don't get to use your psychological disorder as a reason for why you get to be a shitty human being, all right? You don't get to fucking do that. If you have problems, get them fucking solved, or don't be on the internet. And if Demi wants to just use her autism every single time, I think Demi needs to be pulled from the internet. Because obviously, if you can't handle yourself with your fucking autism, then maybe you shouldn't be here. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Demi. I'm glad that she like talked about the botting thing, because somebody bigger than me needs to talk about it before it gets taken seriously. But then she like backed down on it really quickly by just like no longer talking about it. I don't have autism. I can't make that excuse. I mean, I do. I have autism, and I make jokes about my autism, but like people that just use autism as a lack of self-awareness after they get in trouble is just like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I am so fucking tired of people like using their mental disorders as an excuse for why they can't like do things. You know, if you're not gonna have, if you don't want to have a good response, then just don't say anything, or just say sorry. I guess I was wrong. You know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Demi for that reason. Just not a really big fan. For a while, I thought she was in Mythic, but I guess that's not true. I guess she's in another management agency, but she's pissed off a lot of people in Mythic. To be honest, I kind of wish she like shared those messages from Mythic that she claimed that she got. You know. People can't admit that they're wrong. They have too much ego. Fair enough. At least I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. You know, if you show me something factual, I'll be like, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Otherwise, I'm not wrong. Anyway, let me continue reading this. I had worked really hard to keep up with Cinder's rhythm, give her priority, and still wanted to work with new people, which, as you can see, didn't work well. I canceled many commissions. I did use Mio, which is Nanolis's husband, with his consent as an excuse to my clients. My husband, that just strikes me as my husband let me cuck him and blame him for why my shit gets canceled. Men, if your woman asks you to do that, fucking leave them. They are a horrible person and you should not be with them. Do not let a woman blame you for her fucking mistakes. That's just an excuse that she doesn't know how to take responsibility, and there will be a day where she can't take responsibility for how horribly she treats you. So, Mio, if you're listening, get the fuck out, because she is a fucking horrible person for that. Hey. Mio is not my manager since it didn't work out and I actually cut it from him. I do own my own management. That's another thing that's really funny is here. She does her own management. So she lied about the Akira stuff. The Akira person that decided to help her out fucking lied, which, you know, we all knew that the Akira as the fake manager was a lie. It just like fucking sucked. None of the cancel commissions were paid up front, and communications months prior to the starting point. The cancel clients know this, maybe just not Bao. Gotta throw Bao under the bus for not knowing. And that makes it even worse in my personal opinion. Akira's Nano on an alt? No, Akira was actually a friend to Nanolis, because they're making their own game. I had already worked my ass off to please Sinder, and there was a point I thought to myself, why not ask if they want me to be exclusive, and if they would pay for it, since I was almost doing so. I revisited the first doc, and I'm sorry I didn't realize it looks weird, but this was not the whole point. It was about the blacklisting. And again, if your whole... I think this is such cope and such a fucking lie by someone who, again, just can't take fucking responsibility and say, I fucked up. Her whole doc was literally trying to bury, you know...
Lost cause.
Thank you for the...
Adavenge 900 tipped $5 to the lost cause. I'm surprised
see.
people still go to Nanolis for commissions.
There it is. Do I have it here? No, it is here. Nanolis claims that this whole doc was just supposed to be about blacklisting. Not fucking true. This is a fucking lie, and Nanolis needs to stop fucking lying to her fans. Because, by the way, if a creator lies to their fans like that, that's how you know that the creator really doesn't give a shit about their fans. And you should really, like, not want to be with somebody who lies to you like this. If they just come out and say blatant fucking lies like this, you should not want to support them because they think that you are a fucking idiot. They think you are a fucking idiot for not being able to see the truth. Because if you look at Nanolist's own doc, which, again, who knows who wrote this whole doc? Whether it was her who wrote it or Shy Lily who wrote it, who knows? Nobody's really come out to admit the full thing. But, like, it is not about the blacklisting. Guess what? The blacklisting is right here in one little section. The entire other thing was slandering, blacklisting, concerning her work. Again, a lot of this is emotional shit, all right? The first shit stuff was emotional, even if possibly true. Second bit was actually the bit that I feel like was actually important to focus on. But everything else was just like concerning my work. This is just emotional shit used to charge you up, all right? All right? This is emotional work. The It's Just Business thing, this was also just emotional work. Damage control, again, more emotional work. And by the way, I don't think a lot of people are willing to admit this. I know when I was listening to some people's critique of me talking about this, is nobody willing to admit that these screenshots are out of order and out of place and there was no care taken to that? Because, like, the DMs start on 115. The 115 conversation about exclusivity. Then they jump back to 8.5. They jump back up to 115. Let's see. They jump to 412 when they're talking about Lily. Then they jump to 211. They jump back to 2023, for fuck's sake. And they're all different conversations. And the way that it is presented in this doc is if you are fucking stupid, you have no idea what you're talking about, and that they just all go in there. And it's all to fulfill a narrative. So Nanolist here, again, somebody asked if Nanolist is going to learn. No, Nanolist is not going to learn because she doesn't know how to learn. She is literally incapable of learning, in my personal opinion, because even in her own fucking apology, she refuses to admit. She's just trying to, like, she's just trying to push the blame onto other shit, you know? The exclusivity was paid to me, but since I backed out because my friends told me I was being stupid by taking it. I want to know what friends said that. Was that Shy Lily? Was that Silvervale? Was that, like, personal friends of yours? I want to know what friends she's talking about. It was discounted from a commission payment. The offer was basically $4,000 cost rigging and a Novel Horizon Cinder figure for my exclusivity. Thank you, friends. And by the way, she has not really disputed that she hasn't gotten the figurine. I kind of juggled back and forth on whether or not I thought she got it, and my thought process is, yeah, she did get the figure. Red basically said, we'll still send you the figure, so I think that she got the figure. So, you know. Sorry, I'm looking over here, and I shouldn't be. I should be looking over here, because the chat is in multiple spots. Want to apologize to people who has been mentioned it with no reason in Cinder's doc. She's talking about Akira. All right. Let me see. Do I have Akira's thing? Yeah, this person right here. She's talking about Akira. All right. I'll let this go through.
Oh my God, she's got milkers.
At Overture Saint 2391 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Summoning the most quotable Norm Macdonald quote to encapsulate my utter disdain and disgust for people who bend or deny the truth.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
I agree. But anyway, she's apologizing for Akira appearing in this doc. And I'm going to be honest with you, Nanolist. You should apologize to Akira, because you are the one who told Akira to go to Cinder and lie on your behalf about everything that happened here. So, yeah, I'm glad that Nanolist apologized to Akira, because it is your fault that she was mentioned.
20 send $5 for more hats. The only thing that might make Nano learn is if her wallet takes a huge hit.
I don't think it will. I mean, I'm not saying that to, like, be doomer pilled or anything. There's still plenty of retards that are going to look past the fact that she has broken NDA on multiple people's works with another creator, and they're just not going to care. That brings up another thing that I initially was, like, thinking of bringing up in the video, but then I didn't, was the HoloLive stuff. I hope that HoloLive doesn't work with her. All right. Like, if there's one thing I hope that, like, I hope that Mori, because again, the only person I actually really like is Mori. I hope that Mori realizes that like her stuff could have potentially been seen by Sinder months before it was supposed to come out, and she decides that she can't work with, like, because like that's bad. And I think that Nanolith should really like hope and pray that HoloLive doesn't want to come to her and say, "Did you reveal shit without our consent and to this individual?" I hope that Nanolith counts her lucky stars, because they can't really come after her in Brazil. She should be lucky. Don't leave Brazil, Nano. You might get in trouble with the HoloLive police. But yeah, unfortunately, there are people that will still go with her because they are stupid, and they think Nanolith is the hot art. Nanolith is the hot art. You know? And I think that's just really dumb. There are so many other artists, good artists, by the way. You know what's funny is, I'm not going to mention who it was, but I have this person that I talked to. They're like a nice acquaintance online. And we talked about stuff. She's also an artist. And she told me, oh, do I have it on here? Where is it? Oh, no. Oh, powder, where is it? It is... No, it's not that one. Not that one, but that's a good... It was a good pick. Even though I'm not happy with Nanolith. Here it is. Even though I'm not happy with Nanolith, I did like the outfit, you know. She blocks some unknown people, but I think it was people trying to drag her into drama. Yeah, don't drag Mori into drama. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I think Nanolith is gonna have work for a while. Because the people that backstabbed with her probably are gonna be the people that fund her for a while. You know? So, but you know what's really funny, because I talked with an artist about this, and she told me she was kind of pissed off at Lily, because Lily made a comment about the Nanolith model that kind of takes a shit on her other models and the other people that drew for her. So this is Lily's 3.0 model. I guess that she basically shat on the previous model maker that made her 2.0 model. Basically, because she was like, oh, this model is the best model ever.
She's got milkers.
And she did it in a way that, like, shit on the previous model artist.
And gave
Thank you for the 5.
99¢. Women don't grow up, they grow old. It's a Gundam. Pretty much sums up Nanolith. She's not going to learn from this at all.
Probably not, no. I don't think she will. Again, I don't think she will. But again, like, going back to this, Nanolith, like, her apology here isn't really an apology. It's just her trying to walk around the bullshit that she herself caused for herself. And because she doesn't take responsibility, Nanolith is just going to do it again. It's just going to happen fucking again. The model looks mid. Lily's visual aesthetic doesn't suit Nano's art style. I'm going to be honest, it was a downgrade, you know? It was definitely a downgrade. Here, I want to make a comparison here, and I'm not trying to be mean, but like... Shy Lily's 2.0 model was much better. Is that her 2.0? I think that was her 2.0. No, I think that was her 1.0. Oh, where is it? You know, I should just really bring up her stream. Yeah, her stream is better. All right. So this is her. This was her model before the Nanolith one, I believe. Let's see. Where is it? Here. So this is her new model. This is where was her old one. I think her old one is 10 times better. I think it's way better, way more good. And this is just like, you know, and this might strike some people as harsh, but I'm starting to understand the idea of Red was going for when he talks about the worth of Nanolys's work. When Nanolys there comes a point where you look at Nanolys's work and you start to feel like it's very cookie cutter and very samey and not unique. And you know, when I look at this, there's a lot of expressiveness in here. There's a lot of niceness to it. When I look at this, I feel like it kind of just got removed. It just kind of got removed. The model I showed was 2.0. The Nautilus one is 3. Yeah, the Nautilus one is the 3.0. You know, this right here, I feel like it removes. Maybe Rudd was onto something. Yeah, my opinion is just like, you know, I don't care if people, you know, my model artist is making a couple of models for other people. He's making Temp's model eventually, I would say. Maybe. I have no idea. Temp, I don't know. He's also probably making a couple other VTubers. But like, there comes a point where when you're an artist, if you don't diversify how you draw people, it starts to look very samey and not very different. Also, I haven't shown it yet. May not show it, I don't know. But like Nanolys just started copying bits and pieces from Sinder's old models to like make outfits for Shy Lily and Bao, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm just gonna be real with you. This model, way better than this one. I will still say the outfit she did for Mori, because it was just an outfit. You know, I will say that she does really decent with outfits. You know, Mori's outfit is pretty good. I like Mori's outfit. I do wonder though if this outfit was shown to Red before it went live. It's just a thought. Just a thought, you know. Just a thought. Let's see here. I wanted to scroll through a couple of other things. Feelings that Nano has what I call a block sheet. It's like the artistic equivalent of generic Lego pieces you can bolt together to make something same but new. I would agree with that. Nianis, thank you for the raid. Very much appreciated. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the 5, Steven. Is it going to go through? It did.
At Steven Tonch 1037 discovered Mom has milkers and gave $5. Hey, just back for a second. The 2.0 is from Dairiku, the much better model.
Dairiku, yes.
Out again.
Let me open this up here. Thank you for the follow. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. That's actually it's a little fuzzy, but yeah, Dairiku. She is a great model. Listen, all right, I'm not gonna mince words. This is a fantastic looking model. It's very unique, very chill, very nice, you know. And like I said earlier, I feel like Shy Lily threw a lot of shade to Riku when she transitioned to her 3.0 model and made the comments that she did, which is very shitty because like this is a nice model.
At Sparky's Tech,
I feel like she had a downgrade.
And gave $4.99. Funny thing, that's one of the things she went at Kevin at as having a template.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Thank you for all of the followers. Where is that on Kick? There's a couple of them on Kick. Very much appreciated. Nianis for the raid. Very much appreciated. Hope you're having a good one, Nianis. This is better because the face is wide, but the eyes are spaced better and the hair frames it. No, I agree. Again, here, let me do this. I'm gonna zoom in here. Okay. I'm gonna pull myself down here a little bit. Chat, which one do you like more? Oops, shit. Didn't want to do that. We're gonna zoom out just a little bit on this one. Which one do you like more? You give a big face model, make it not look disproportionate. It's about facial features. Very true. If you want my personal opinion, I just think that the right one is way more... It's more human feeling. Okay, that's a dumb way of saying it. It's way more... Nayanis, thank you for the raid on YouTube. Very much appreciated. It doesn't feel as cookie cutter. Because, like, here, if you want me... Let me see if I can bring up a... I had a picture of it. Should really download a picture of this. Oh, that's good. That's a good version. That's a good picture. You know, I don't know if I can show off all of these models. Showing them at a distance might be fine. These are all Nanolith models. Yeah. So these are all different models done by Nanolith. And I would say that there is definitely a lot of uniqueness to each and every single one, especially that one. I don't know who the fuck this one is right here in the middle, but what the it's very unique right there. But it really sort of feels like you know, I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. But I look at this model right here. That's fruit. That green one is fruit. I'm talking about whatever the fuck is behind fruit. But I'm looking at like I don't know why, but I'm looking at this model and I just feel like I'm seeing like a cut and paste of like bits and pieces of Sinder. I don't know. Be cool if Sinder goes to Riku. Maybe she will. Who knows? My suggestion is that she needs to go to a Japanese artist. I don't know if Riku is, but I don't know. I'm a lawyer from Brazil and wanted to reach out to Sinder about suing Nanolith for defamation. Do you know any contact of hers that isn't from GamerSupps? I don't, but you could like go to her Discord. I don't know. You could reach out, DM me on Twitter, or join my Discord here. And I could see about helping out with that. Have I seen Lily's new V card? It's literally a demon Sinder. I have not. Here, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I heard that like this new... Okay, we're gonna pause the music because I don't care about your fucking music. Show me Lily. Oh my gosh! What the fuck, Lily? Oh my gosh! I see what they mean by like cheap imitation. This is literally a cheap imitation. Holy shit. Lily is trying... Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Here, we're just gonna... There we go. That is literally Demon Cinder... Here. Here. Give me one moment. I'm gonna, like... Take a screenshot of that. Did it screenshot it? It did. Perfect. there a good view of Demon Cinder? That's as say-so as I think I'm gonna get. I'm into that. It's gonna be blurry, but that's okay. I don't know, chat. I mean, like, the clothing is not 1-to-1 here. Obviously, it's not gonna be 1-to-1. But, like... Here's a better view. What the fuck? Lily. And I know it's being done by Nanolith because I saw pictures of Nanolith like drawing like more outfits for her. This is hilarious. Wow. Face shape is the same? That's kind of hard to say. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. We have the full art. I need to... Here, let me see if I can find it. Images. If somebody has it, please send it to me. Please, please, please send it to me. That is hilarious to me, man. You know, I might find it on Nanolith's Twitter. Because I know I had seen it. Oh my gosh. That is just amazing. Isn't it in Cinder's doc? Oh, you know what? It might be. It might be. Hold on. It might be. It might be. Hold on. It should be in the Cinder doc. Okay. Is it in the Shylily bit here? I'll be honest. It's been a while since I looked through the other people's bits. No, it's not in the Shylily bit. Breakdown. Let me zoom down. If somebody knows specifically where it is, please tell me. Yes! Yes, there it is! Yes! Oh my gosh! That is hilarious. That is this is in the breakdown section, by the way, if you want to look for yourself, right around page 173. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. This is hilarious. This is very funny. He's coping and seething. I want to bring up the stream where she was coping and seething. I don't have it on me right now. Yeah, she this is just hilarious to me. This is really hilarious to me. Man. What's going on now? We're just laughing at shit.
Thank you, user, for the follow.
So it is so questionable. Yeah, I agree. It's bland. I would agree. But maybe that's how she wanted it. Who knows? Look at Nano's Twitch. Why? Is she live right now? Why look at her Twitch? What is she doing? I know that she's been working on her customizable model. Her views have gone down. Oh, you want me to look at... Fuck, what's the website that you, Twitch Tracker, I think? Is it just Twitch Tracker? Yeah. Is this over the last year? Those are followers, or those are average viewers. Okay, sorry here. So this is over time. This is August of 2020. Okay, so this is her build up. All right, so this is when the cancellation happens. This is when the cancellation happens. And then September, October. Oh, yeah, this is when the response comes out. Oh, I see what you mean here. After the response comes out, her stuff goes down. Oh. I'm going to have this song in my head? Well, congratulations. Yeah, her stuff has gone down, it looks like. Now, it is a very small sample size of October to February. Let's see. But it's definitely, compared to where she was in 2025, around the same time, it is down. Yeah, it is down compared to then. I'm not going to go by recent streams. I just want to see the months. That's interesting. It has gone down, it looks like. Because, like, see... Well, now, to be fair, her average hours, it really does depend on what she's doing and streaming, I guess. But in August, she had her highest peak, and then it looks like it's gone down below kind of where it was. I mean, it's kind of about the same, I guess. It's not relevant, but interesting. It is interesting, yes. I mean, here's the thing. To be fair, Nanolis is not a streamer. She's an artist. And streaming is really just like a supplemental thing to do in between it. Highest peak and keeps going down. I don't know. I think the demon models being so similar is absolutely fucking insane. The fact that they are so similar like that just like pisses me off. That is so funny. Man. Anyway, one other thing I wanted to bring up. Shoot, where to go? Close a few tabs here. Did I just lose that tab? I hope not. Might have accidentally just closed that. Don't worry, I can bring it back up. I don't want to hear anything from the people that got Sinder's case for supposedly copying Spite. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Where'd my tabs go? Did I send that over to the other page? Spite's gone down. Well, Spite is really just about in the same spot she's always been. Let's see. Give me one moment. If you look at Spite, she had a kick up. She's not back down to where she was. Because she averaged... That's funny. Up until the drama, she averaged about me, basically. And then after the drama, she shot up. But it is definitely not stuck. After that, she dropped down to about 1,000. So, you know, once you're at 1,000, that's pretty good. Pretty not bad, I would say, you know. But she's definitely not retained that high that she got. That's funny. And time will have to tell to see if she actually keeps it like that or what. No, one thing I wanted to shout out, I like this account, and this isn't like this person is actually really good at breaking stuff down. If you don't want to listen to somebody read videos, if you don't want to listen to a MommaOcco make videos on this kind of stuff, I would recommend that you read this person's tweets. They have like dedicated their whole lives, or not their whole life, but their whole Twitter account to writing these essays basically about the drama that's gone on and making these pictures and stuff. And they did a really good job at it too. They made one today about the V-card stuff. And I just recommend that you read through these if you want. I was considering like maybe making a video or two going through some of them. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do a stream reading through some of them, but I have no idea. At that point, I really do have to consider what is just recording a documentary and what is like continuing to go back to the well that is the Sinder situation. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not like some people who will like milk a situation literally to death. Like when people go to the well of Ethan Klein or Hassan Piker, you know, when something is clearly done, I'm going to not like continue on it, you know. Crazy good or crazy bad? I think that they make good threads, you know. I think that they make really good threads. I feel bad because I think they were following me for a while and then people were getting on them for following me. And I don't care, you know, they're fine. But yeah, they do some decent breakdowns. I think I've disagreed with them at some points, but I can't even remember where I would. But I think that they're definitely worth like reading their stuff. They actually... Here, I'm gonna find... They made a graphic with the entire timeline of the Sinder situation here. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. I think I have it saved somewhere too. So this is the entire Sinder timeline from 2021 all the way through 2025. Really good. Really, really good timeline. It actually keeps things very concise and put together well. And I would suggest that like you use this as a helper if you want to understand the situation. I used it a little bit when researching for this video, and I will be using it as we go through other stuff as well, including when we get to the Silverville stuff and anything else. But I do think that this is a good timeline here. You know, it literally starts with the the Sinder fan art and all of that stuff, and just ends with the 1,000 page Google Doc. Can I link that? Yeah, hold on. Now, it's called the Cinder Silver Interaction Timeline, but it's more than that. So there's the tweet. You should go give it a bookmark and save it. There's a bunch of other places where they have it as well, but that's just the first one that I had. They've done like a lot of breakdowns for this. I would say they're basically in the trenches with me on this stuff. But yeah. I wanted to make sure to shout them out because they do good work. Didn't account for Lily's New Year's stream. Well, no, it stopped. It stopped after the 1,000-page doc. They didn't really have it. They didn't really update it. I mean, maybe they did. I have no idea. Been a while since the raid. Welcome. Now this is going Scorched Earth. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you would be stupid to think that Nanolis would go Scorched Earth. Nanolis needs to like keep her mouth, like if Nanolis wants to just move on, she needs to keep her mouth shut. And if I was her, I wouldn't make models for these people because it really doesn't help her case, but like she needs to make money, so you know. So you know. But yeah. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You know, going through all of this has definitely been really funny. Ever since the 1,000-page doc came out, you know, because before Cinder came out and vindicated herself, there was definitely a lot of people upset that I was willing to like talk about this. And I know for a fact all of the individuals that were upset were just people that had their Oshis and they wanted to like make excuses for them. Ever since then, I do think that a lot of these people have moved on. I think a lot of these people realize that they're wrong and they can't like get upset now. It's really funny. It's really, really, really funny. So their only excuse now is, why aren't you moving on? Why aren't you moving on? It's over. And it's just like, I have moved on. I just think that this is funny and I'm allowed to talk about it. Nobody has to listen to me, you know. You responding makes it funnier. Anyway, let's see. Is there any other questions that people have for me? I don't want to just drag out a stream, you know, very long if there's nothing else to talk about. Like I said, I might stream tonight or I might wait till tomorrow. We'll see. I already did a hump day basically. So I'm not really planning on another very long boy stream this week. So excuse me. Goal posting when the internet's wrong? Yeah. So now would be the time if you want to ask questions about this. The biggest VTuber drama last year? It competed with Kirsch for sure, but I do think this was bigger. Well, it depends. Do I think that Lily, Nano, or Bao will come after me? If they do, that would be funny. I think it is in their best interest not to. Because, listen, right now, all of these people, their best thing to do is to not talk about anything that is done about them. Because if they do, people will find it and give it more attention. That's why, like, I say this often. One of the biggest ways to keep something from like growing is to ignore it, you know? There's a reason why Kirsch is as big as she is. There's a reason why Powder is growing as she is. There's a reason why Celestium is growing the way she is. And it's because people can't shut up about them. You know? If you ride that wave and grow, that's how people grow these days. They grow through controversy, and it may not even be their own fault. In fact, with Celestium especially, and definitely even Powder as well, they didn't really put themselves in that situation, but people like pushed them to the limelight, and that's them getting pushed forward. And it's kind of funny because the the only way to stop that from happening is to just ignore them. But none of these people can ignore them. No, instead, you've got these creators that are talking about and throwing all of their stuff out there. And it just makes them grow higher. It's just hilarious. So I will be honest with you. If they do come after me, I don't care. Because I will ride that wave. All right? I am fully willing to admit that I will ride your wave. If you give me the wave, I will ride it. And I will take it. All right? Because, of course, I fucking will. But no, if they really just don't want attention towards this, they should just ignore it. They should just ignore it. But if they don't, I will write it because that is my job. Hope they do. I'm not really going to pray for it. I pray for all of the promotion that I feel like God wants to give me. And if these people want to do that, fine with me. Fine with me. Crash Out Part 2 incoming. It's not in their best interest to, is all I'm going to say. So, you know, if they do, all right, but I really don't think that they should. I say that at my own detriment, basically. I don't think that they should. It will not help them at all. So. But yeah, the worst thing that these people can do is give attention to the thing that would help it grow. Again, I say that at my own detriment, basically. But here's what I'll say for you. If you want this video to grow on its own, you can remember to like it. You can share it. You can hype it if you have the ability to hype it. And tell your friends to watch it. You know? Tell your friends to watch it. Do you or anyone know what the duration is between a Nanolis model commission confirmation and the finished product? No, I gave estimates in my first video, but I think it really depends on how Nanolis feels that commission. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you. Now, Nanolis was going to do 4 models for Sinder last year. Obviously, that didn't happen, but she was planning for 4 models, which tells me at the end that Nanolis wasn't only just doing her. So, I want to say it's pretty decent time, but God only knows. Nanolis likes to drag her feet when she wants to. Laugh at Alana. I don't feel like the need to. You know, I thought Smug Alana was being quite the retard with her opinions during the Sinder drama, because she obviously wanted a model, and she just wasn't being honest about it. Ugh. Can't beg people to be honest about their feelings. But, you know, I don't hate Smug Alana. I just think she was very retarded about the Sinder drama. There's new info about the Buffalo school incident. Okay. Way past my bedtime. I'll go to bed then. Should be retarded again. Oh, hopefully not. You know, I say this again, you know, it goes against my better judgment to say it, but like my prayers that people don't be retarded and don't be stupid. But, you know, if they are, I will definitely laugh at it. I am somebody that encourages the downfall of my own content, which is don't be stupid and work it out in private, you know? That is my kind of like thing that I encourage people. It never works out. These people are always stupid. So, you know, that's why I don't feel bad covering it, because I tell you, it's just like fix it in private, and if you don't, I'm going to make fun of you. What will the next episode be about? About minor characters. So Bao, Spite, Aru. I'm going to get all of those out of the way. Okay, I'm not going to speak about shootings today. I wanted to try and keep this just on the Sinder and everything around Sinder. But I did not hear about that. My issue with Smug is like most VTubers, they didn't need to weigh in but did anyway. I think most people just weighed in because they wanted to give an opinion about somebody that they just feel like the thing with Smug is she's like a lot of VTubers. They'll just throw their opinion out there because it's popular to do so. Well, deviews is very true. Deviews. You want to be part of the clique? Yes. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. I will say, you know, I don't want people to like beg other people to talk about my stuff too. You know, I don't care if you suggest it, but please don't beg people to do it.
At Forgotten Son _ discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. In short, I'm glad you're covering this, because this whole thing, I'm broken.
Yeah, it is pretty sad. I'll get to that in a moment. Again, please don't beg other people to look at my shit. I talked about this yesterday, but like, begging somebody to look at your at somebody else's shit is not a good way to get it like out there. You know, you can suggest it for other people if you really want to. I'm not going to ask you to. And I'm going to tell you not to beg people to do so, because that's not cool. But yeah, don't do that. Again, suggesting it in a nice way is fine. Please don't beg other people to do it, because that's not what I want, and I obviously disavow people trying to bother other people for no reason. But no, yeah, this whole situation is dumb. It really did break a lot of the VTuber sphere. It really does feel like a lot of people just like resort to public vlogging now. I mean, they always did that. It just feels like it's worse now. Hilarious, right? Imagine trying to solve your problems in private. Or rather just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll take advantage of it when I feel like it's appropriate, but... The illusion is broken like breadtubers. Cover made everyone talk about incest. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Hell yes, Salvi. Is Salvi in chat right now? I didn't see him. Who left her in views wasn't going to stay long to begin with. Like Kirsch when she had an uproar of slander. True. True. Speaking of Smug, she's always creeping in Sinder streams. I heard that, yeah. Exposing is a market now. Very true. Very, very true. What's funny is a lot of the times it doesn't work. Rated me. Oh, was I rated by Salvi? Hello, Salvi. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. Did not tell me. Thank you. I appreciate that. How's my day? My day's going good. But anyway, thank you, Salvi, so much for the raid. I appreciate that. You are fine to be late. If you are just joining us, we're talking about the video that I just put out, which, by the way, if you have not seen it, you should go see it. Sinder Files Nanolith. It's out now. It's out now, and you should go watch it. And people have my permission to react to it or whatever, you know. So go watch it. Give it love, especially if you want to educate your audience in a quick format about the Nanolith doc. Or the Nanolith side of the doc, basically. So. Anyway. I'm trying to think of what else. I feel like we are mostly done talking about stuff. Unless there's any other questions that people want to ask me here. I feel like we've kind of gone to the natural conclusion of everything here. Again, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. That's not Cinder related, which might just be saved for tomorrow. Could I elaborate on Smug lurking? I don't have pictures on me, but there are pictures that people have taken where Smugalana is just in Cinder's chat. She just lurks in Cinder's chat. When will I start the script for the next episode? I don't know. Probably soon. I need to re-listen to some videos. And that'll take time, but I have smatterings of things I'd like to do. Smatterings, basically. Is Shy Lily next? No, Shy Lily's getting her own video. Does anybody remember Van Peaches? I know Van Peaches is still around. I remember that she like took a break for a while. And then she kind of came back. Yeah, I think that she still streams. Oh, she's a Brit Bong. Fuck. I can't endorse following any Brit Bongs chat. Yeah, she still streams, it looks like. Let's see. I remember she was like really upset when Cinder did come back, though. Is that really her average viewers? Damn. I didn't know that she and I had very similar viewership. That's crazy. Oh, that's hilarious. These people are way smaller than I think they are.
At Ebon, Nix Kane tipped $5 to the Lost Cause. How do you feel this should been handled besides in private, and what is a Brit Bong?
I'll answer the Brit Bong question first. A Brit Bong is just anybody that's British. It's just, if you are British, you're a Brit Bong. That's it. That's all it is. And how should how should this been handled besides private? I really don't know how else it could have been handled. Like, if you wanted to handle this in public, which it shouldn't ever be handled in public, they should have at least tried to talk to her in public before they wrote the Google Docs. You know, if there's no handling it in private, talk to people in public, whatever. I thought it was more specific. No, Brit Bong is literally any British person. That's it. That's it. Anybody that's British, Brit Bong. Anyway, I'm not gonna make fun of Van Peaches here. I thought she was way bigger than I was. Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. It's just gonna show me everything. Perfect. Oh, I should have used this. This is Van Peaches from 2020 to 2026. This is her stats. This is just Twitch. British people? Yes. Cinder confirmed no one wanted to reach out minus one person. I want to say you're right. I don't remember where that is though. I need to know where that is, but I know what you mean. Damn. Again, the M Peaches was just like a side character that acted like such a bitch. It's crazy. That's funny though. Again, a lot of these people sound a lot bigger than they actually are. And it's just fun. That's just funny to me. It's just really funny to me. All right, show me Cinder. It's been three Chat, it's realistically been 3 to 4 months since Sinder came back. So let's take a look at how Sinder has been doing for the past 3 months. Well, that's interesting. Cinder's active viewership has gone down. Oh, you know what? That makes sense right there. It's October, December. Okay. So let's look at Sinder. How's Sinder doing? Well, it seems that in the last 3 months, she's averaged roughly 1,800 people. That's funny. That's really funny. This is her channel performance. So let's see. Hey, why is it saying... Oh, okay. Okay. I was confused for a moment why it just didn't dip down. Well, there's nothing here to dip down to. So, she basically came back to streaming with about the same as she did. And it looks like it's gone down a little bit. Actually, it's gone down quite a decent amount. I mean, like, here's the thing. She definitely had people that hopped off. But, like, she's doing just fine. And here's what I'll say. It did hop down, but she's also, like, streaming on YouTube as well. I'm kind of curious what her, like, YouTube stats are. That's just views. I don't really care about views. Can it show me streams? No, it doesn't. Her average is the same. Her average went from about 3,000 down to 1,800, which is a lot, but like... It was high in October because she came back, and then as things leveled out and she's spreading people to multiple places, I think that is just going to happen. They literally could have just said something happened between everyone, but we all aren't going to be friends going forward. Please don't speculate further. Yeah, they could have done that. They could have done that, but no, they didn't want to do that. They wanted to try and burn down another creator. They wanted an enemy, and they created it. YouTube streams is much smaller since she started streaming after the drama. That's fair. That's fair. What is she at right now? Is she still live? She's still live when I'm done. I'm rating her, by the way. Yeah. Her streams are... Listen, if you want to take a chunk of the people that... What the fuck is Amal talking about? Oh, she's talking about the new fucking video. If you want to take a lot of the average people that watched her on Twitch and split them evenly, I'd say that like half of the people that usually watched her on Twitch are now on YouTube. Her YouTube average is about 200. I'm in there a lot. Okay. Right now she's at 400, which is not bad, you know. It's not bad at all. So that's pretty good for somebody that like is splitting their viewership. That's pretty good. So, pretty good. 200 to 400, yeah, which is not bad at all. You know, getting that much on YouTube when YouTube doesn't even really push streams. I mean, they do, but they don't. She's doing better, I'd say, than a lot of people when they start on YouTube. Oh, excuse me. You know, I mean, she's not like Kirsch levels of streaming, but like Kirsch is like one of the queens of streaming on YouTube. And it's kind of hard to go over that, basically. All right, last call. Any other questions, chat? And then I think I think I might just, I think we'll call it. Like I said, again, go watch the video. If you have not already, please go watch the video. Go hype the video. And make sure you share it with some friends. I will let people know when I'm starting work on the next one. If you want to see the raw recordings of me, like, reading the script, I will upload that at some point. You do need to be a tier 2 member for that. So if you want to listen to the raw recordings of me, you gotta be tier 2 member. But that'll be something that you can take advantage of. And I will let people know when I get working on the next script. By the way, you should be a tier 2 member if you want to have the ability to get special bits. Because I did share one clip with people when I was editing that I thought was really good. It was the red being named red instead of... Or red text being blue. I didn't answer your question. Could you re-say it and I'll try to answer it. Let me go through here. Let's see. Do I prefer tacos or burritos? Burritos. We don't know if Sinder was viewbotting. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't think that Sinder was. Based off of how much attention Sinder gets from her fans, I don't think that Sinder does. But you know what? If the viewbot channel wants to talk about it and throw it out there, they can. I just don't think she does. Compared to Lily, who I definitely believe bots, I don't think she does. But that's just me. My last question, since now has learned, do you think another situation akin to this is brewing? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see who among these girls backstab each other for the for all of that. Should do a bloopers video, make it members only. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to do a raw upload of all of the stuff. Yeah, I want to do a raw upload of the recordings. So that will happen. And that's basically got bloopers in it.
King discovered Mom has milkers and gave $5. Another question would be how the others' numbers look after the Sinder duck.
How would the others number? Are you talking about the other streamers? I don't think they lost substantially that many viewers. I mean, like, I know that Silvervale, Bao, and Shy Lily really didn't lose out on numbers. Spite really just leveled off and then tanked a little bit because she's not that interesting in my personal opinion. But a lot of these people, like, they gained their bump for, like, the couple of months that it all went down, and then they, like, kind of just leveled out, you know? So I feel like their numbers are just, like, not going to be much different. I honestly think that if they're not careful, they could, like, snap themselves out of reality. I don't know. Do I think Nano will throw Lily and Nano under the bus? I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. I feel like that's not even going to be something you get this year. It might even be a year later or 2. It might be one of those off comments that you get years after the fact where these people just, like, are outside of their prime of being streamers and then they talk about shit, you know? I saved a screenshot of a comparison of average Lily versus Cinder stream, and Cinder's views are 100% authentic in users and Lily is 75. I believe that. I could believe that. I honestly thought Lily was less, but you know what? I'll believe that. I believe that. Twitch as a whole has a major view botting crisis. Yeah, I mean they've basically admitted they don't care. What's funny is Kick does. It's hilarious. I'm being honest with you. Let's see. Do I think other VTubers will start something? Do you like DramaTubers in specific? I mean, some probably will. I don't know what you mean. Are you asking if other people will start drama? I mean, people start drama all the time. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Can I, like, view your other messages? Channel activity. Oh, I can just view all of your messages. I'm not worried it might start up something with other drama VTubers. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. What's my view on some of her former friends lurking sometimes in streams? I think some of I think that's just a sign to me that some of them, you know, might just watch to watch. I think some of them are never going to be friends again. Some of them might be friends in private. Who knows? I think the big problem that you have is some of these people is, for a while, Lily made the choices and people just obeyed them, you know? And I think now with everything that happened the way it did, I think some of these people are just going to be, you know, some of them might just be silent friends. But it's just interesting. It is interesting. It is interesting. I don't know. I think some of them are probably trying to repair. But if I was Sinder, I wouldn't repair with anybody that did that to me. Granted, I am on a different road of being Christ-like than she is. So, you know. I don't think Yuzu ever denounced Sinder. I have no idea. When they're streamer hags, yes. Well-known fact that all Twitch numbers are fact. Amazon wants Twitch for streaming market share, and Bezos is taking mission contest with Elon. No, that's true. They're not going to get rid of Twitch because of that. She's making new friends. She did. She's made 2 new friends. One of them has me blocked, but granted, you know, I'm a drama tuber, so I don't mind if some people have me blocked. She doesn't seem overly political, so I don't care. It was kind of sad, though. It's not Vey, but like, it's not Vey, but it was the other one. Well, that tweet's doing well. It's funny. Well-ish. Who has me blocked? Pixie. Pixie has me blocked. So, well, I don't care. Again, like I said, I don't mind that much. It's not like I'm seeking to have a friendship with any of these people. I mean, like, I feel like I've been transparent enough, but Sinder hasn't reached out or talked to me about any of this. You know, it'd be nice to one day just, like, have an interview with the people that you talk about. But, like, she hasn't. And to be honest, you know, if I was her, I understand why she won't. Because you talking to a drama tuber really doesn't help you out. It's like talking to Keemstar. Only difference is I'm not going to dox you. Intentionally, at least. So, you know, I don't really mind if any of these people, I mean, don't like me that much. So, because, like, they're just not my friends. They're just other people on the internet. Which I thought was interesting. Vienna subbed to Sinder. Well, there you go. That's good. Sinder lurked in Yuzu's model debut. Well, there you go. Maybe they... Listen, I think that now you probably... Like, we can move on. Here's what I will say. You can probably move on from the speculation of who's friends and who's not friends. I don't think it matters that much anymore. You know? I don't think it should matter. I think that you should just be happy that the person that you know parasocially on the internet is moved on. You know, if she does collabs with these girls in the future, the old guard, that maybe that's a sign that all of them are coming out to be buddies again. But I don't think it really should matter. To you, you should just be happy that they're doing stuff. I mean, I understand why some people are interested for the exact same reason I am interested. But I would just say that, like, if you want to be casual about it, if you're not constantly in the drama mud with me, you probably just shouldn't care, you know? Probably just shouldn't. The V card and concert timeline interests me. When I get working on that, I might, like, Sparky, have you come and do some of that with me. Because I know that you were way more into the V card and concert timeline shit. That was kind of like a side story that you were more of an expert in, I feel like, than I was. why did Cinder's social circle not talk to her at all? I think it's a mixture of things. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that some of them may have had some things wrong, or some of them may have decided they didn't like her, and they just wanted a reason not to. Some of them may have been talked to in private, and then I think some of them just like when this all went down, they were so shocked that they just didn't reach out to her. You know, that does happen. Sadly, it really does. That really is something that happens. It's not right. It's not cool. And it's not really human either. And I'm not saying that to be like mean or anything, but it is not human to actually treat people in that way. You know, if there's an issue, you should try to figure out what the problem is. And instead, a lot of these people didn't do that. A lot of these people just like said, fuck you, and then just decided to let Cinder hang out to dry. And that's not cool. I don't like that in the least bit. And obviously the ones that are going to be mature adults, real adults, because, and this is another thing I feel like I have to stress upon. Maybe it's mean for me to say, but people need to remember that a lot of people on the internet are not real human beings. I'm not saying that like they're bots or anything, but they don't act like real human beings. Because in real life, at least, I'm getting to the point where in real life is getting that bad. But like in real life, real humans have problem-solving skills and can solve problems without these kinds of issues. Real human beings don't act like this in real life. And so because of that, a lot of these people just they don't act like humans. They're bots. No, it's not even like that. It's just a lot of these people don't know how to have real relationships and be real people. I mean, I look at Silvervale, and even though I'm pissed off at how she treated a lot of people in this situation, I feel like there is a part of me that does not like how she acts. There's another part of me that's just like, man, Silvervale is kind of a sad sack. Because she literally doesn't leave her house, and she like lets brainworms get into her mind all day, and it's just like, that's depressing to think about. It's really depressing to like think of your life like Silvervale. I don't know. I don't really know how to I don't know how to say it other than just Silvervale just sounds so depressing, and I would not want to be her. You know, I would not want to be Silvervale. Because the way that she acts just like sounds so depressing to me, and she should probably get some help for it. Again, that's my personal opinion. You know, people might hate me for that. I don't care. But Silvervale acts like so parasocial in the worst ways. Occo unintentionally committing reverse psychology. So, trauma is an excuse? No, it's not. It is not. I don't know. I just look at how a lot of these people act and how a lot of them do things, and I'm just like, you are not acting like a real human being. You are acting like some sort of crazy animal. And maybe it's like, maybe I'm just like, I look at things differently than other people, but I see how some of society acts, and I'm just like, why are we in this position? How did we get into this position where all these kinds of people act like this? It just feels inhuman to me. And maybe I'm just a horrible person for suggesting that. I don't know. My opinion on Sack, going back to Cinder, I think I mentioned it earlier, but like, I think he realized that he was wrong about some things, and I think he might have been misinterpreted about some things. And when the situation with Bao happened, I think he realized that he fucked up. So, that's my thought process on him. I think it's good that he did what he did in going back, because he very obviously should have talked to her. And I think that he's one of the few people that did talk to her. Excuse me. Freem also went back to Sinder. Yeah, Freem's a different story though.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
At Mogami328 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. That Hogwarts legacy drama kinda messed up Silver in GL.
That's probably did. And I'm not saying that she's not allowed to have some trauma from that. I don't think that's an excuse though to be an asshole to other people. I think that if you got fucked up by a situation, you need to go get help. You know, I'm a big advocate for if you get fucked up by life, go get help. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. And if you can't take responsibility for how you fuck up other people's lives, then I have a problem with you. You know? And if that's really if that's like the excuse that you hear, I don't think that's a good excuse. Silver should just like fucking learn and grow. You know, we've all gone through stupid traumatic shit. And I think the time for like, I think Silver just needs to like get it moved on. She needs a husband. She needs to get out of the fucking house is what she needs to do. Because it sounds like Silver doesn't ever leave the fucking house. Sparky says, all lying about Cinder not being at the concert. That was crazy too. I covered that in my first video. But lying about Cinder not actually being there was insane to me. That was one of the few streams that I was like, I had to find an archive. Because so many people lied about that. And they were just wrong. Oh, Cinder wasn't at the concert. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. She definitely was. And Bao even confirmed it right after the concert was over. Oh, that just pissed me so... That pissed me off so much. That pissed me off so much, man. I can't believe... Like, again, it's just one of those things where I'm like, are you serious? Are you that serious that you are choosing to lie over something that can be verified? It was like, is that really what you're doing? Yeah. Bao and Numi mix up the two concerts. Oh, you'd have to send me a clip of that. Speaking of people being messed up, Bao said her therapist says she has PTSD in a stream of hers. For what? What do they have PTSD over? I mean, like, if she has a traumatic experience that's happened to her IRL, then I feel bad for her. But, like, that's interesting. All of them are nasty. I agree. I agree. A lot of them are very nasty. Nothing you can really do about that, honestly. Hope you guys like this song. I might not use it for everything. I'm just using it in this this spot here. It's a good song though. Can I see a link? Can I send a link to Mirik's post? Which you can't post links in the chat, but you can at them to me on Twitter. And do it that way, or join my Discord. Here we go.
Obviously, Occo is a bad example because it's a lost cause.
At Ebon Nix Kane tipped $5 to the lost cause. Numi is more than likely fake AF in my opinion, so no wonder she gets along with Shy.
I have no idea. I don't really know much about her, so I couldn't tell you. A lot of these VTubers, if you ask me my opinion, I'll be like, I have no idea much about them whatsoever. I just know that they backstabbed somebody for the reasons that they did. You know, that's all I will say. There's a lot of them where it's just like that. It's just like, these people are all fucking bitches. That's my opinion of them. I don't know. She says she relives the worst moments of her life is all she said. Okay. Interesting. They compete for the... Well, yeah. They do, yeah. There's ways to be competitive without it, like, killing you the way that they've done it, the way they did. But, you know, some people don't know how to live and do things like normal human beings. That's just kind of the unfortunate, that's just kind of like the unfortunate reality when you choose to make content creation your life. And so because of that, like, I do think that people need to remember that when content creation is their life, they need to remember, like, there are people that you can be nice to, but there's also people that you just got to remember that probably need to keep an arm's length from and just be friends or choose not to be friends. I don't know. I don't know. Good on you and Mizu for reporting on the shit show. I try. I try. I still think that I probably could have done better. And I wish I was able to get out these videos sooner, you know? I mean, all of the reasons I gave in my my video, where it's just like, I got work, I got life, you know, those are all real reasons. I also just think that, you know, once I do something, I need a cool off period. And if I don't got it, and by it, I mean like the charisma to keep doing it, I can't do it. And I wish that was something about my tism I could control better, you know? Because there'll be times where I want to make something and do something, but I can't. And then I just, like, don't do it. And it's just like, man, I really wish I could do this thing. Like, right now, there's, like, stuff I want to play and do in Minecraft. I have no inspiration for it. I really want to do it. I really want to make it, but I can't. And, you know, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll see if I can do it off camera or all that kind of stuff. But, like, there's just times where I'll be like, I really want to do this thing. I really want to get this thing done. And I can't do it. And I know part of that is ADHD or TISM or whatever. But, I don't know. Maybe if I, maybe a therapist can help me figure that out. I don't know. But what I will tell you guys is, I would like to try and start sitting down with the next script soon. Not this week, probably. But I will try and sit down with it soon. I just need time to assemble my thoughts and all that kind of stuff. Read through things, watch through things. And, yeah. There's been a long, like, closing bit here. You know, people ask more questions. If you got no more questions, we'll probably end this off here. Tismatic powers activate. Bao goes to TwitchCon, maybe PTSD from that. You get PTSD from TwitchCon. Maybe that's a sign TwitchCon. Either that's a skill issue on your part, or maybe TwitchCon needs to be done. Take my time. I would like to not take forever. Because even though I'm not trying to milk this situation, I do acknowledge that, like, just not doing something for a while, or just, like, taking forever, I understand that it sucks. And it also just, like, doesn't, like, feel as good. Why no more questions? You can ask more questions if you want. But I feel like we've kind of exhausted almost everything. So, we'll give you guys another, like, minute or two. But I think we're gonna raid. Raid into Sinder. There's no reason for me not to. Now, as Mizu says, and as I will say, chat, when we raid Sinder, be nice. Don't ask her about the drama, because that's not what we do here. All right? You don't need to ask her about something that, like, is done and over with. The only reason why we're talking about it is because it is something that I wanted to make a video on. But she's done, and so is everybody else. And you should not... Thank you for the follow. You should not be trying to push her to get any sort of response going. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that, please, and thank you. Okay? Just let her be herself. Sinder respecter. I'm not even going to ask her about it. I have no need to. I asked her once for an interview. Didn't get anything back. That's fine. Don't care. You know? We'll just move on. We'll just move on. Anyway. Anyway, I think we'll be done. I think we'll be done. Okay, we'll be done. Chat, you guys have a good one. I may or may not stream tonight. If I do, I'll let you guys know in the Discord, which you should join, by the way. Speaking of which, not sure how Discord's going to work still because of the stuff. Probably not going to get rid of Discord. Just going to fix some things. But, oh my goodness, Devastator with the 10 gifted memberships at the very end, too. Holy cow. Thank you so much. You know what? I should let them go through before we end. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Did I get everybody? I want to make sure. I think I did. I did. We'll let these go through. Again, stick around. We'll be raiding into Sinder if you're interested. And yeah. Have a good one. Thank you. Again, watch the video. Watch the video. Make sure you give it love and attention. I put a lot into it. I really want it to. I want it to flourish and do well. So, thank you everyone who did watch it. Okay. You guys have a good one. Peace.